So I think we kind of
got the roulette wheel out.
The formula the last time that we did this. What we're going to do is call.
That was terrible.
We're going to let you know like the total number of numbers that you could use here. So it's a number between 1 and X, and name that number without going over it. We spin the wheel, and whoever actually like gets closest enough. This going to be Price is Right
48?
rules. 48 is the top.
I want to.
Let's see here.
No, maybe not. 36.
36.
36.
Maybe it's 36. Okay, you went to
We'll
36,
find out.
including double.
We'll find out before we play cocktail roulette.
Valuable 00. So you got to bear that in mind. But definitely, let me check out those on YouTube here too. So we're going to play that in a minute, and then you, at that point, get to choose another number, or you can choose the page of the book that we're going to.
We'll explain what the heck we're doing in a minute, but yeah, I've got to find all the broadcasts. There we are.
There we are.
Okay.
Bloop bloop.
Wow. This was remarkably easy going live this evening, which means that there will be some sort of disaster in the future.
Always has to happen.
Yes. Wow, it looks really dark. Anyway.
That's interesting. It looks so slightly darker than. But it looks really good on the playback over here. Interesting. So, but what's the action's happening here? Hey. We got Albra. We have Peter.
Wait, go back. I want to get everyone. I see. Oh.
Satellite. Alan.
It's driving me nuts that he won't.
Albra.
Go back
Julie.
to the top of the page.
I'm doing it in reverse order. Julie, Lisa, and Errol. Say that again. Maurice, hello. And I think we had, and then we're back to Peter. So,
no, wait,
boom.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Okay, well, let's have the page.
Maurice, Satellite, hi.
I just did this.
Lisa and Errol. I thought you missed one. Julie, Aura, hello. Alan, Ron. Okay, good. All right, I think we're caught up. I think he did get everyone.
See? Just say.
He just does it so slowly. But that's how we are though. Like I
don't want to miss anybody.
Takes his time with things, and I'm like, nope.
Boom, 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 boom.
Do it.
Patience. We miss somebody, and somebody will feel left out.
I don't want anyone to feel left out.
No, you
it's the kind of thing that keeps me awake at night, worrying about that.
Look, like you've all come to join us.
Someone?
I miss anybody? Jeez, I tell you.
Anyway.
Any YouTubers?
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hello. Again, we are on both platforms simultaneously, which means we have a massive delay on this end. So that happens too. But if you're in one of these and it just conks out on you, you can always check the quality to see if you can restore the video to something more like 1080, which we are broadcasting in. You should be able to get that. But if it's just like forget it, then just go to the other platform. We have comments both places. And if you're on one of these and you're like, hey, where are all the comments? The other platform. And we're literally on 2 pages on Facebook. There's the Velveteen Lounge page and Kelly's page. So
which I don't know why
I can't begin.
Does that? But
is it on my page too? I hope not, because I never check that.
Okay, so
we go where we think people are.
Cocktail roulette. If you've never played cocktail roulette with us before, we have the wheel.
The wheel of fortune over here.
Tiny ball.
And the ball, which goes in there.
There must be a better name for it than the ball. That
I don't know. Who knows roulette? Who knows the gaming terminology? Can you explain baccarat?
So we will choose a number. Okay, so we will spin the wheel, and everyone can choose a number. And we'll, put them in the comments. And then whoever gets the closest, without going over, is that what we said?
Price is Right rules. Closest to the number, without going over. And this, again, is going to be a number, as per roulette wheel, between 0 and 36, including 00. So you can choose 00.
Choose 00.
Because if it happens to nail 00, well, bang. There you go.
And then whoever gets the closest can choose...
Without going over.
Can choose the book that we will be mixing from, and then you can choose the page number of the book, and we will make something off of that page. And if we don't have the ingredients to make something off of that page, you can choose another page.
Which I do.
So, hi, Janice.
There's a lot of leeway here. You're not exactly nailed down to any one particular drink.
Yes, this is where the action is. So anyway, I think it's time to...
We're going to take it where the action is.
Oh my gosh, well, happy anniversary, Janice. That's wonderful.
21. Wow.
Yay.
Cool. Congratulations.
L'amour.
Oh, how we danced the night that we went.
Okay, is everyone ready?
Ready?
on YouTube too. I'm gonna make sure everyone's okay.
Everyone's here. Everyone's doing. Okay, so we're about to play a round of. So, like, get ready to start shouting out numbers.
And if 2 people win, we'll do 2.
I guess we'll just do 2 cocktails.
All right,
we can do it.
So
we're going
to do the opposite way, right?
Yeah,
so, all right, you spin the wheel.
I will spin
the
wheel.
Which way are you going
Ready.
to spin?
Once again, I'm going to spin this way. So you go this way.
Yep. All right.
And once again, folks, a number
all right,
between
so start
0 and 36, including 00. That's included in the roulette wheel. And think of those numbers now. Start shutting them out starting now. And here we go, round and round and round and round and round and round and round. And we do have a number. I'm not going to tell it. Okay, we have one shout out for 5. Shout out for 18. Let me check over all 3 pages. This makes it more difficult. But there's nobody on this page. So, 17, 11, 28. Okay, everybody get your numbers in.
Yes.
Get your finals.
I think that would be really difficult to see, actually.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of difficult to see from here.
I could take my glasses off. Okay, is this your finals? Is that your final answer? Okay, I think we actually have everything here.
Wait, well, okay. All right, we're going to call it right now. Hold on, but let's look at YouTube also.
Okay, yep,
right,
I got it.
You do it.
Checking it out. I don't have any responses there or over on this page. So this is the sum total of our winning number is 9. So we're going to take a look here. Starting at the top, blip, 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 blip.
I think it's Satellite.
I think Satellite nailed it.
All right, well, this is just round 1. So.
Lucky number. Well, in fact, Satellite was the first to respond.
Satellite, you win. Okay, so
I win. Okay.
First of all, your book choices, and then we learned last time.
You're in.
We need to look at the book that you choose and find what page the cocktails start on.
At, so you don't tell us the number that's not going to go. Your choices today. We have some great encyclopedic works so that you can have lots of choices here. Let's go remove bookmarks here. World Bartender Guide. Still has the Strand bookstore price on it. Love that. 2,000 drinks in here. Wonderful. A lot of great stuff.
Hopefully you can find something.
Hopefully I can find something. The Playboy Bartender's Guide is a very reputable source. That's been around since 1971, I think. The Diners Club Drink Book. You think they should know something about booze? Yes, they do. And this is a key to whatever's on the front of this. I'm not going to ask you that. That would be a bit of a challenge. I'm missing the dust jacket, but this is the Esquire Drink Book. Another highly reputable guide. I think Esquire knew how to sling a martini. So, among those, let us know where we should go.
Diners Club, Playboy, and World Bartender's
Not that one. And World Bartender's Guide. Whammy!
Okay, so.
Luckily, this is better bound than the last one.
While you're making that important decision,
we
will
proceed with that.
We will proceed.
Little commentary.
Okay, so
again,
World Bartender's Guide.
So again, let us know which book
Playboy
we should start at, and we'll give you a range.
Diners Club,
Diners
page
Club
60.
That's
all
okay.
right.
I'm going to take a look and make sure there's a lot of
it's so exciting
description inside this book, so they might have gone off on something at that point.
What the heck is?
Huh?
Oh, you lost the page.
Yep. Oh well. There are cocktails on this page, yeah, and there's a fun cartoon too. Okay. So from this, let's take a look and see what we can do here. Okay.
It's brandy drinks.
It's brandy drinks. Well, we happen to have brandy right here.
Brandy cocktail.
Collins, the cobbler. You need a lot of.
I was gonna say, I don't think we have enough fruit for that, but we can definitely do one of these. Oh, we need
special effects.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's extremely easy, and we have the soda in back of me.
Brandy and soda. That's kind of boring.
What do you think?
I think brandy cocktail.
Okay. Are you on this one?
I am. Oh, we need the simple syrup.
Okay. I'll go get the syrup.
Brandy cocktail.
Wait, bitters. Start with 2 ounces of brandy.
Okay, let's write this down
syrup.
So that we can get this to our patrons tomorrow. All right. Brandy cocktail. But I think this will be good. It kind of seems like it can't really go wrong. So, I hope you marked it. Page 60. Did you? Oh, no, you didn't. All right, brandy cocktail. So, for those of you following along at home, we are starting with 2 ounces of brandy. Thank you. It's really easy. 2 ounces of brandy. find the brandy. I brought the brandy over.
You did?
Oh, there it is.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
You did?
2 ounces of brandy.
I did actually bring the brandy over, she says. She was right.
2 ounces of brandy.
Well, you nailed it, Chet. I'm really glad to get numbers and go with it. And it's like, it's there. It's all there. Some of these books have like sections where they start describing what gin is, just in case you don't know what gin is.
Or like, you know, how to plan for liquor for your party or something.
You know, how to cook people.
Which is great, but it's not helpful in this situation. Okay, 2
How to cook
ounces
4 people. How to cook 40 people.
Humans.
How to cook for 40 people.
Okay.
So,
1/4 teaspoon simple syrup, 2 dashes bitters, twist of lemon peel. I think I can remember that. So, 1/4 teaspoon simple syrup. We get a spoon. That's not much, which is probably for the best. What happened to it?
it's a short hoist. You're looking for the simple? Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Double. So the brandy, the simple, the bitters, and a twist.
And a twist of lemon, which I actually brought over lemon twists. So, go me.
I like mine with a twist.
1/4 teaspoon. That's not much.
That is actually really hard to measure.
Okay.
Like just enough
I did it.
to
Right.
barely sweeten that up.
All right.
And the brandy is a bit sweet because,
Thank
of
you.
course, it's a based on a grape wine, of course.
2 dashes of bitters. They mean aromatic.
They do indeed. Most likely. Ah! Got the reference to Serve Man.
Yes.
I would love to have the episode where they're like, don't get on the ship. That we translated it. It's a cocktail guide. No! Drink man.
Okay.
Oh, and very true. This wheel tops out at 36. That's it. Hard to say.
All right. So,
Got a comment on
shape
your
of ice.
dress tonight from Andrew. It is fab. Your
Oh,
dress, that is.
thank you.
Yeah. I feel like this glass here would be highly appropriate.
I think so.
Make
Yes,
sure
this
it's
will be
clean.
a smallish drink.
It's a smallish
because
drink.
there's not much in it.
You know, a lot of these guides that date back to a certain period, and I think that Diners Club book is about 1959, and very likely many of the formulas in there date back from earlier, like Diners Club magazines and things like that.
Right, it's a little full.
Comes from the period where cocktails were smaller,
Thank you.
like that size.
Do you have a...
I do.
Thank you.
A, B, C, D.
Already getting sticky.
Yeah, it happens.
Thank you.
Mhm. Sorry.
All right.
Making it happen.
And
Pass it over.
garnish with a lemon twist.
Garnish with lemon twist. And make sure that you twist the lemon like she just did, so you get a little essence on top.
Expel the
some of the essence.
All right. Let's see. Brandy cocktail.
It's a Brandy cocktail.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, basically, that formula is the sort of thing you would have found in, like, among the first
there's a bonus.
cocktail books ever published. Like, the Jerry Thomas book will have things like improved bourbon cocktail or improved rye cocktail, and it will look exactly like this. It's the liquor, a little bit of sweet, some bitters, and a twist. That's it.
I think of Twilight Zone and also The Simpsons.
Yeah.
How to cook humans. How to cook for humans.
Oh.
How to cook for 40 humans.
Oh, how to cook 40 humans. Ah, how to cook for 40 humans. Oh. I forget the final on that, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
One of the Treehouse of Horror episodes.
Yes.
But definitely, and that's a good thing. And so that's actually, it's a tasty thing. You would have to enjoy brandy. Not everybody does. And if you're like, well, I'm really...
But this is cocktail roulette, so...
It's cocktail roulette, so that's what you got. Yep. But if you're saying to yourself, I prefer bourbon, perfectly reasonable brown goods.
Speaking of bourbon, I bought a new one today, so we'll have to have a tasting.
We'll taste test of this thing.
I don't know if anyone will, if we'll end up with any bourbon cocktails this evening, but we'll still have to have a tasting.
We'll still have to have a tasting.
This is from Taconic Distillery, which is...
One of our locals.
Yeah, it is in...
I was looking it off exit 5 on the Taconic.
Stanfordville, New York.
Stanfordville.
Mm-hmm. But this is Dutchess Private Reserve, and Dutchess County is across the river.
Yeah, so
Us.
zip that way, suddenly you're in Duchess, and there you go. 90 proof, which is very typical of these micro distilleries. Yeah.
It is good, all right. And it's really easy. It's brandy. It's more or less brandy.
At the end of the day, you're kind of looking at an old-fashioned. An old-fashioned probably involves more in the way of the sweet component. And a lot of old-fashioned recipes...
It is kind of, like an old-fashioned a little bit.
Really, it's just like an old-fashioned cocktail. And it's the simplest thing you can do. A lot of old-fashioned recipes you'll see in books are like, and you got to throw in a cherry and a slice of orange and a lemon, and you got to muddle all this. Don't do any of that. The bit of lemon peel is good. If you want a cherry, fine, but you don't muddle any of that. That makes a mess.
No.
It's the simplest thing. You just like shake, strain, boom.
Well, you could muddle a cherry, but
I don't know. You wouldn't do that.
It is kind of a mess.
You wouldn't do that in an old-fashioned.
No, not in an old-fashioned.
Yeah.
I just mean in any drink. In fact, you sometimes see recipes where they'll muddle a bunch of cherries.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Which is kind of weird.
It's kind of weird.
Or strawberries. Well, you can muddle pineapple if you're trying to get the essence out. And really, the essence, speaking of which, of a Caparina cocktail is the fact that you've got that quartered of lime and you're just mashing the hell out of it. And you're expelling a lot of oil. So you get this really intense lime essence coming out of there. And the sugar, and you're like putting that all together. And that's kind of an old-fashioned with the cachaça at the end of the day. Similar
Indeed.
kind of thing.
So, Brandy, are we ready for another one?
I suspect that...
Paul doesn't have a drink.
Looking kind of dry over here, although I have sampled this. And I'm suspecting that our audience, who did not actually nail it on the first time, would like to have another chance.
We can share. So here.
So we go. Sure.
I'll give you a little bit more of this one.
Mm-hmm.
Wet the whistle. Well,
true.
Wet the whistle while you wait.
You want to wet the whistle while you wait?
While you wait.
Why are you saying it like that? Right. But let's actually, shall we? Okay, round two. Ding, 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 ding.
All right.
The wheel of fortune is a copyright strike.
Hello, Marisa. Thank you for touching up my hair today.
Look at it.
And my haircut.
Handiwork here. If you're a local, you want to check out Marisa. So,
hello, Bill. Well, I'm glad you found a way to watch without breaking up.
As I was saying, if one of these conks out, try the other, because from time to time we'll be
on. All right, Kentucky Derby.
On one of these, and it just shuts right down.
That's right. Rusty says a lot of muddling in Kentucky with the Kentucky Derby.
Okay,
exactly. All right, everybody ready? Satellite's already there. 12.
Okay. Ready to go. Okay.
All right, next round.
Ready to call out those numbers. Start calling them now.
Round and round she goes.
Remember, top number is 36, between 0 and 36, including 00, and away we go. Round and round and round she goes. Where she's stuff nobody knows. Get those numbers in. Yada da 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 boo 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 boo. All right, I'm not saying the number. Calling out those numbers, checking out the YouTube. We are still rouletting here, so we can figure out what the heck to make. This is a fun little game we play. I don't know who else does
love
this.
your songs that go with it. That's the best.
I'm just
it's the best part.
Rambling on as we should. You know, all that kind of stuff. Whoop. Wrong sound effect. So, rude. Anyway,
I haven't had enough
checking over here.
Sound effects yet.
Boom, boom, boom. Excellent, excellent.
Yay.
Yep. So, folks, more numbers. We need more numbers. Here we go.
Okay,
All right, for Randall, we got Joe. Okay.
No, those are from the last round.
Okay.
Hello, Jamie and Kat.
Are you sure this is from the last round?
No, I'll tell you where it starts.
This was 1 minute ago.
No, I know. Keep going back.
It starts right here with the first one being satellite.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. You are correct.
I just want to make sure I didn't go over.
No, you did
not.
So
starting right here. So, boop, boop. So, okay. Oh, gotcha.
Oh, without power and internet.
Shucks.
Oh.
Hope you've got a generator in there somewhere, and if you don't, take everything in the freezer and throw it on the grill, because obviously it's time. Oh, yes. Man. I tell you.
If you have ice cream, go eat it. That's what I always think when the power goes out.
Yeah, eat now.
Gotta eat that frozen food.
Okay, I'm calling it. This is it. Going backwards, and we're going to actually check our total number of numbers.
All right, we'll check all the platforms.
Okay, I did just check all the platforms.
Okay.
I'm not saying. So we started here with satellite with 12.
So the number is 33.
33. So we have 32 from Rusty. Okay.
All right, Rusty.
I think you just nailed it. David. 32 from Joe.
Oh, and Joe, you both win.
It's a duel. Ooh, dueling.
You both get to choose a book.
That's it. Closest to that going over. So, folks, again.
Rusty and Joe.
Rusty and Joe. And checking other platforms. Make sure we didn't get any numbers in here. And that is it. Called it. Done. Once again, your book choices. A classic Playboy Bartender's Guide.
Boys.
What did they win, Johnny? Well, they just won the following: a copy of Playboy's Bartender's Guide, retail value of $9.98. Okay.
Or 99 cents if you find
or
it. Or
99 cents if you're very good with that. Esquire drink book, a real classic of the sort. This actually dates from. This cost us 50 cents apparently. Good price.
Okay, Rusty says Playboy 22.
Playboy 22. 1956.
So, let's see if the drinks have started yet on page 22.
World Bartender Guide
Okay.
is a classic. 2,000 recipes.
Oh, no, wait. Have they?
And the Diners Club drink book.
Oh, okay. So the cocktails in Playboy start on page.
There's a lot of yakking at the beginning of the book.
Yeah. Page.
Got my fancy bookmark here so we can make sure we're there.
78.
78? Okay.
So anything between 78 and
get to the back of the index here.
Jeez Louise. Okay. 78 and 368 for Playboy.
So you got a wide range there.
Okay, so what did Joe, did you pick a book?
I don't know if you did. Let's see.
All right, Joe.
Give us a book, and we'll tell you where your range is.
Yeah.
And we can go. 86.
Okay, 86.
Down.
Let's see. 86.
Actually, we're making 2 drinks, so we can really finish this.
That's true. You can finish it.
Actually, I'm enjoying it, but I'm looking forward to what comes up on page 86.
Right. Well, then why don't you move it aside?
You have won a new car. It's a 1978 Rolls Royce.
Actually, is there room in the fridge? We can put it in the fridge.
I can bust this over here. Make room for the next lot.
86. Okay, Joe says World Bartender.
Let me tell you what
Rusty, 86 is more talking.
More? For Pete's sake.
We had to go through this a few times last time, too.
Yeah. Okay, we've got literally 40 pages worth of stuff here.
Third choice, Rusty. That's a page with exposition.
Okay, so here are your possible pages, Mr. Mick Dunn. It's a little warm. I could probably crack that door tonight. Between page 43 and page 410 in the World Bartender for Joe, if you would. I'm gonna pop that door.
Yeah, I wish you would. It is hot in here. Hi, Dawn. Okay, 97. All right.
97.
97. Third try. 97.
Second
this
time
was exactly what happened last time too.
Yeah, these books tend to do things like put their index of liquors.
I'm feeling good about 97
to tell you what to do with sparkling wines. This is all very valid material, but we're looking for.
Pages are really okay.
372 from Joe.
Uh-oh, it's champagne drinks. Better go grab that bottle.
Bubbly. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Bubbly drinks. We don't have champagne, but we have Prosecco. All right. You have chosen a page with champagne drinks.
You have won a dream house.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That's right.
We don't have Canadian whiskey.
This is an entirely 3-floor furnished home, furnished with Broyhill furniture and appliances by General
We don't
Electric.
have Calvados. That sounds good too.
We have apple brandy. Altogether, this prize weighs
over
40 tons. So
we can fake this action. I think this one. This is a winner.
Okay, need the bottle still.
I'm thinking Champagne Normand.
Normand. As in Norman invasion?
Yes. All right, so.
And I'm captivated by Sid Charisse's costume over here.
So, or there's Champagne Manhattan, which also sounds lovely. It calls for Canadian whiskey.
We don't actually have
We have bourbon and rye.
Yeah, bourbon and rye.
We don't have Canadian whiskey, but I don't know. I'm kind of torn.
Canadian whiskey, frequently referred to as rye because their laws are different. It's not necessarily the way we make rye over here. 372, we got some interesting choices over here, Joe.
Oh, I know, Laurice. Oh my gosh, when we were shooting yesterday, it was so hot in our
pretty darn warm. Yeah.
Yes, champagne for the winning Derby horse. There you go.
Hello. Yep.
I know, Bubbles on a Thursday. We didn't even, I bought this for tomorrow, but we're opening it today. The roulette wheel told us we had to.
Yeah, to do it.
Okay. I'm between, okay, I'm going to do the Champagne Normand because I've never done that before. So this one starts with 1 teaspoon Calvados, which we're going to use apple brandy. I need a flute.
Okay, coming your way.
Thank you. It says a pre-chilled champagne glass, but I didn't know I was doing this, so I didn't pre-chill my glass.
Close enough. You know, interestingly, on page 372 we have...
Oh, no.
What is tempted? Let me see here.
Do you not want to be able to wake up tomorrow? Make sure you make a zombie.
I'm intrigued by the proportions here.
Be waking up tomorrow.
This is nowhere near as kick you in the patoot as you'd think.
So the Champagne Normand calls for 1 teaspoon Calvados. A lot of teaspoon drinks this evening. I should have pulled out some spoons. All right. Good thing we have bar spoons. Oh, that's not the right spoon.
Arg. Gotta tell you.
The cocktail struggle. All right, so 1 teaspoon Calvados, or if you're cheating like we are, apple brandy. And then it calls for a 1/2 teaspoon simple syrup, so I'm glad he brought that in.
Right.
Okay, 1/2 teaspoon of my simple. Hi, Dave. I was just thinking about you the other day. How are you? Okay. 1/2 teaspoon. I don't want to overpour. Okay. 1/2 teaspoon simple syrup. And then, yeah, that damn roulette wheel, Peter, you called it. Okay. And then a dash of bitters. And again, they mean the aromatic because they don't specify. Uh-oh. I dripped a little on my glass.
Oh!
I need the spray. Okay. Let's clean up a little. Clean up all aisles. All right. Messy, messy, messy.
No.
Okay. And we're hanging in there. All right. Okay. Here we go. I think that's it, except for my quote-unquote champagne. Yes. All right. Add champagne. Stir very gently. So let's pop our quote-unquote champagne. Glad I got most of my work done today. Yeah. That's all I can say about that. All right.
Oh.
This only happens when you're on live video.
I know.
The cage is
those
extremely tight.
Sticky corks, too.
Okay. All right. Got it. Now the cork is actually moving.
Uh-huh.
And then we will add our bubbles.
Bubbles.
The Champagne Normand. You know what we should have brought over?
What's that?
Something to put our dirties on.
I could probably... You mean the spoons and things?
Yes. And then we need the bubble capper. Or just, like
Kappa bubbles.
Kappa bubbles.
Kappa bubbles.
And you know what? I'm going to give this a lemon twist. Because I have the lemon twist power.
You do have the lemon twist power. Pass it over. As a matter of fact, I need to use this, so...
All right. So, trash.
Use them. Trash.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Yes, I know. Isn't that a lovely sound opera? Pop. Yay.
That poof
Okay.
of the cork.
Catching up. Yeah, it's a good book. The Playboys is a good book. I'm catching up on comments.
Playboy's Guide has been around since 1971. I really have to assume they were drawing on like
thank you, Andrew.
Good 20 years worth of recipes from the magazine, because the Playboy always had lots of advice about liquor, how to make the perfect Manhattan, that kind of stuff. And liquor ads, liquor ads, liquor ads. Geez, liquor and cigarettes. It's like the magazine was completely built on this stuff.
Champagne.
So you kind of imagine that they have an idea of, like, you know, what to put down in a cocktail guidebook. And it's actually quite nice. Yeah, it's well done.
Are you waiting on me?
Nope.
Okay.
Waiting patiently.
1/2 teaspoon simple Syrup. Dash. You can keep talking.
Let me see. I'm just seeing what you're writing down here. So the Normand. It's Normand because of the Clavados.
Okay.
And we did happen to have apple brandy on hand.
Yes, I was going to do.
Nice apple brandy too.
Twist. All right.
Yeah, yes. This is some kind of French 75, which is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I will try that.
That's good.
I happen to like just about any
good
variation of this combination of ingredients with a lot of substitutes of the base spirits.
Ooh, a shot of bourbon would be great in this.
I think that would be an excellent idea. We've certainly done that with bubbles.
Oh, Lord, it reminds me of adding Chambord to bad sparkling to make it drinkable. Exactly.
Something a little flinty, perhaps.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. You said hi to David?
I did.
Hey, Dave. We're rocking. Darn roulette wheel. What's a wheel of fortune?
Okay, so what are you making?
Is a copyright infringement. Oh, no, it's about Playboy.
Yes.
So I'm actually going to go for it because it happened to be here. Joe is going to get the lethal, the original, the best zombie cocktail. Oh boy.
Okay.
Well, this is original to this book and it looks very little like a lot of other zombies I've seen. And to the point where it actually is not that lethal. Most zombies out there are like 3 ounces of white rum, 2 ounces of gold rum, like 1.5 ounce float of 151. It's this ridiculous amount of booze. Whereas this is a shot of gold rum to start with. And I think we have gold rum behind me. So I could do that.
Oh, here.
And as a matter of fact.
Do we? Here.
Yeah. Oh, this will definitely do nicely. And the appropriate zombie glass is one of these guys.
Okay, so wait.
Sometimes known as a zombie glass, sometimes known as a chimney glass. It's just very basically a Collins glass that's a little narrower. So it's a little more flute-like. And the whole point of this type of glass with the zombie, and why Don Beach decided to use this, is because it's very tall and you can put a lot of ice in there. And if you're making it according to what Don Beach does, you're going to want a lot of ice.
You're going to, yeah. You need more ice than that.
And if you're thinking, well, aren't there several ways to make that Don Beach zombie? Yeah, there are, actually, because he managed to have things published in different guidebooks for years. And Mr. Berry managed to figure all of that stuff out and was able to tell us what was in the zombie in 1934 and what was in the zombie in 1956. Did you bring the Lemonheart in?
Yes, you did. Yes, he did. Oh, my gosh. Good. I didn't even see him do that, Elizabeth.
Subtle.
No, subtle.
Subtle plans. All right, I'm trying to find some fairly. All right,
so I'm sure that this zombie recipe will not be a legit zombie recipe according to.
Not what you're gonna get if you go.
Tiki canon.
If you go to Forbidden Island or Smuggler's Cove, or if you went to Hidden Harbor in Pittsburgh. No. I'm not gonna bother crushing ice. I'm just gonna find the most crushed ice inside this. We use bagged ice, and as a matter of fact, I'm doing pretty well. I'll leave a little room for the ingredients.
All right,
but they'll fit.
You gotta cap off these bubbles.
There we go. But you basically kind of fill that glass with the ice. That's your first step. Next step, get me a shot. Takes these in the G-string pony in a shot. And I'm going to get 1.5 on amber. I happen to be using a very nice Appleton Estate 12 because that's what we have. And since it grows low and it's recycling day, I don't mind killing it.
Just make sure you remember to put it out.
Yeah, put it out. Got to put it out. We actually got, this is as boring and prosaic as it gets. You want to pull more of that foil off of there. Okay. And then put that, and then do what you're doing. As prosaic as this gets, we actually get new recycling bins recently. Seriously, I'm talking about recycling bins.
Our life is exciting.
Really, really. And these things were delivered to us. It was really noisy because they were loading them off a truck. What the hell's going on? She's like, we got new bins. And I take a look and the thing says 95-gallon recycling. It
was like 6 in the morning and we're hearing like bang, bang, bang out in the street.
You know, I'd have to have about 4 parties to fill that. That's absurd.
And like the city was dropping off these huge recycling bins in everyone's driveway.
Bang! You know, off the truck. Roll, roll, roll. Bang! 3 teaspoons of lime juice. I happen to have this bar spoon right here. Is this a little baby lime?
That is lime.
This is lime. Yes. Very good.
Okay.
Back to my spoon.
Yeah, I juiced all that citrus, and this is the first time we've used it tonight. Yeah. Hi, Doug.
Good to have it. Good to have it.
Good to see you.
Okay.
Okay. The zombie light.
It's going to be interesting. You know, a lot of zombie formulas, they're not very close to what Don Beach did, but of course his formula was secret forever. Like nobody figured it out until somebody started doing the decode on that. So people just made it up.
So what have you done so far?
Shot of gold rum.
Okay. Anything else?
3 teaspoons lime juice.
Okay. Okay.
A tablespoon of Jamaican rum. The only Jamaican we have right now is the Dr. Bird, which itself is 100 proof. So we're zombieing it as best we can.
We're going away next week, and we'll be able to buy Jamaican rum for
a much better price than we can.
Not the small fortune it is here.
They sort of like, bend over and give me your money price that we have. So there's your tablespoon worth.
Bend over and give me your money price.
Of the Jamaican rum. This is a highly aromatic rum. Big pot still flavors coming out. So this is going to be interesting. A tablespoon of white rum I happen to have right here. We happen to be using good old Cruzan. Cruzan, however you want to pronounce it. It all tastes the same.
Okay.
Careful. I don't want to be over pouring on this because we have several things going in. So, and a tablespoon it's a weird measure. You would do that if you were adding a little flavoring, but not a base spirit, and that's what they're talking about here. Okay, tablespoon pineapple juice. Happen to have pineapple juice right here.
Okay.
I suppose I could have brought over the tablespoon measure, but I've got a bar
so
spoon
many
right
drinks
here.
that are measured in spoons tonight.
Yeah, that's a real classic bar guide thing too. Expected you to have the simple syrup made.
Okay.
Okay, 3 of those equals a tablespoon. Got a lot of pineapple juice. Make pineapple juice, right? And yes, this is ridiculously complicated, stupidly so. 1.5 teaspoons of the sugar syrup. What do you know? With the syrup again. Now, there's a lot going on here in way of booze. So I'm glad to add a little simple.
Glad we have the simple syrup.
Yep. These ice cubes are sticking like mad. That's good. Okay. Come on.
He's got problems.
Yeah. Got trouble in River City.
Well, I'm glad this drink is a light one because, you know what would be good?
What's it?
Pouring the brandy cocktail into this.
Ah.
Combine 2 of the drinks.
We could combine 2 of the drinks. It's the one you're drinking right now.
It would be very French 75-ish.
That would be awfully 75-ish. Okay, 1 teaspoon of the 151. I happen to have one of the excellent Lemonheart 151 proof. This was off the market for a while, but it is back to stay. Looking really good. The label has...
He's all enthused for this now.
Yeah. This you might remember the
teaspoon,
label on this used to look different. And, yeah, 1 teaspoon. And the label for the 80 proof was one label, and the 151 was this same exact thing with a tiny little triangle in the corner that said 151. How many people bought the wrong one by mistake? What else goes in this sucker that goes on forever? Granulated sugar. I don't think we need the granulated sugar. Yeah, seriously. There's a lot of instructions here. Shake, blah, blah, blah. I just built in the glass. So,
okay.
I'm going to stir.
So that's it?
Stir to combine. The final thing. Are you ready, Weeva?
I sure am.
Okay. I just got this. Pineapple stick. There we go.
Combine in a chimney glass, I'll say.
Mm-hmm. In a chimney glass, stir vigorously. Here. You could also shake, you could also blend, you could all sorts of things. And we're going to need a straw. Which
you know what you also need?
I also need, yeah, I definitely also need. Yeah, there we go.
An umbrella.
A little umbrella. You always need little umbrellas. Hello, big fun. I think these are in our store. These are a little like
you know, I don't think they are, but I think I need to put them
rubber
in
umbrellas.
Our store. But yay for this.
You know something? For a zombie, you can taste what's going on there without this thing being like, whoa!
It's really good. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of rum
A lot
in there.
of things that are called zombie, it's just like, there's a lot of booze in that. Sometimes there's a lot of booze that's well disguised and you get very warm and you just like say, I'm going to be here all evening, folks. Yeah? But this one actually, like total amount of liquor in there, there was only 1 teaspoon of the 151. You could pretty much float that.
Yeah, with all that rum, no sugar needed. Yeah, Lemonheart 150. Oh my gosh, yep. All that rum, no sugar. You're right, Peter.
I did have the sugar syrup. Why the hell did they want me to add granulated?
Because people like sugar. Yeah, danger, little rose. That's what I was saying. I'm like, He thinks this is a good idea now.
The sugar, among other things, accelerates the action of the liquor. So you don't want to add a whole hell of a lot of sugar to a 151 drink.
Well, you know, I hate to say it, but a lot of people really want to get drunk.
These days, perhaps more than ever. I mean, you know what's
Exactly.
going on. We don't have to
There's
tell
no
you.
better time to get drunk.
Would you like to actually have that thing over there to combine with what you're drinking right now?
You know, I'm sort of, I don't know. The Brandy Cocktail is good.
Yep.
But we have more cocktail roulette to play.
We do. It's true.
We haven't even been live an hour. We gotta step it up. I'm glad I have a light one. Maybe I'll play the next couple of rounds.
I'm taking it easy with this thing.
Okay.
I can always put it aside, and we can take
Yeah,
it
where did
later.
the Lemonheart come from?
I believe that was Doug. Made a stealth drop on us one day with a couple of bottles of this.
That's
Thank
right.
you very much. Because I don't believe we can get this locally.
You messaged us and said you dropped off the road. We're like, why didn't you let us know you were coming? Anyway.
And we take a look at the back. There it is. We're like, hello. That's just a
Thanks
marvelous
for the
thing.
rum.
Okay, thank you very
That was
much.
awesome.
I like little stealth ninja liquor drops like that. That's all kinds of fun.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Who doesn't? You know?
Who doesn't like a liquor drop?
We've heard of all sorts of activity happening during
Oh, Rusty, I'm glad you're
this
enjoying it.
time of our lives, like people baking cupcakes and like dropping them on people's doorsteps and saying, "Go check your doorstep." And we thought about doing that with cocktails. Do a premix, little bottle, and just drop it off and say, "Check your door," you know. Check your
Of
back
course,
door.
like, now that everything's opening up, we're like,
Well,
we haven't done it, but...
agave coffee liqueur. Okay.
Oh!
Okay. Well,
I'll look for that, Laurice. I love a coffee liqueur.
Most coffee liqueurs are pretty sweet. You know, most liqueurs are pretty sweet. And I'm thinking, what could you counteract that with? You could counteract that with certainly some lemon peel or some juice. And I'm trying to think of what else would do really well with it.
Might be good in some bubbles.
Might be good in some bubbles. And if you got like a dry cava, that would start drying it up a little bit. If you added it as a small amount to a base liquor, you don't have that much sweetness going in. But basically, sour it up, bitter it up. Amaro.
Dano, hello!
Hey!
Did a few cocktail drop-offs. That's fun.
You don't say.
I wanted to do it. We just never got it together.
We were doing this. We were here. You know.
Exactly.
Telling you what to do with that bottle of fun stuff you just got. So.
It just sounds so wrong. You know what you can do with your bottle?
You know what you can do with your bottle? You know, you can open it up, pour a shot, and enjoy a little over ice. Got online.
The Lemonheart.
Lemonheart 151 was at one point off the market. In fact, Lemonheart 80 was off the market. And the interesting thing was there was a supply of this stuff in the world somewhere. I think it was being held in Canada. And there was a problem with the distribution.
I deleted it in my morning coffee.
They had to make the deal and actually get the rights to start distributing. They completely changed the label up. You might recognize the old label. I think we still have an old bottle out there somewhere with a tiny amount left. And started distributing again. And I think the first product on the market was the 151, but now the 80 is available again. It's a really nice amber rum for mixing. The 151 is for either flaming your punch bowl or to make a zombie. That's basically it. So.
Or to make a zombie.
Or to make a zombie. I mean, that's what you would do.
A lot of people float 151 on a number of drinks.
Including the New England Mai Tai. I've mentioned many times. It usually involves a pineapple stick and an umbrella. But you make the Mai Tai with pineapple juice and you float the dark stuff. Sometimes 151.
Yes, Peter, you'll have to come over soon.
Yep.
We will be next week. We'll be fully we got our second vaccine, but it's not until next week that we'll be in the clear. We'll be cleared for liftoff.
Yeah. You're cleared for landing.
Next week.
Pour your light you got on the field. So. So yeah, check a look online to see who you can get the Lemonheart from. It is available some places. I don't believe we can get it locally, and we can get 151 locally. We can even get the Everclear locally, and that's 190.
Can we get it in Newburgh?
I don't know. We'd have to see.
I'm not sure.
The distribution is just so weird in 50
And New York
states.
is weird for rum.
Yeah.
Especially.
Very, very strange.
We can get a lot of really esoteric things here, but a lot of rums, it's kind of weird.
There are things that we can get by going an hour and a half south into New Jersey. Not that far, and suddenly, it's right there. And it's in the supermarket.
That was fun.
Oh, it was fun.
It was fun, and now it's done. So let's play another round.
Well, I guess it's time for another round.
Cocktail roulette. Where's the ball? Okay.
Here we go, folks. Round 3.
So
we did round 2, of course, involved 2 drinks. We just had them. They're wonderful. Round 3, folks.
Well, Paul's still having one of them.
I'm still enjoying one of them. I will continue to. Once again, the rules are get closest to the number that drops in the roulette wheel without going over. Price is Right rules. This number between 0 and 36, including 00. 00 is kind of a popular thing. If your lucky number is 45, it's not going to work here. Maybe you want to add those 2 and make it 9. So I'm again going to go this way. You're going to go that way. Start those numbers now, and here we go. I hope you can find that.
It's right here.
Keep coming with the numbers.
It popped out. All right.
Keep coming with the numbers while we coordinate.
Yes. Okay. Yes. People are already chiming in. All right.
And let's go. Here we go. Here we go, Looby Loo.
Okay.
Zazu, zazu, zazu,
It's
zazu.
in there.
Hamilton 151. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really quality
I
product.
think they have that at Astor.
I think we've actually tried, we were at a liquor fest once where I tried 3 or 4 of the Hamilton products. Different proof levels. They were really, really good stuff.
So good.
Yep. Okay, so where are we? Our actual number, folks?
Wait, no.
Wait, oh, there's not coming in.
Make sure. Check all the platforms.
I'm going to check platforms. What do we have? Anybody over here?
Sandra.
Oh, hello,
hi,
Sandra. Party on. Nothing over here. Nothing on my sleeve. Okay, going to call it. Final numbers right now, folks, and then we're going to make it happen. Okay.
All right, wait, let's go back.
Let's find the first. As soon as we see this one message, right about here, I think is where it starts. Okay.
Oh, so close.
So close. So winning number is actually
14.
14. So who do we have here who got closest without going over?
Let me go back. Maurice!
Maurice takes it with the big 11.
Maurice. I know. Everyone was so close. I was like,
oh, I know.
Oh, man.
But you know, Price is Right rules. If it's good enough for Bob Barker.
It's such an important contest.
Or Money Hall. Who am I got here? So, yeah, it's really seriously. So you next thing, choose
you win literally not much here.
Not a lot. But except all the entertainment we can provide. And this is one of those goofy things we do because it's funny.
All right, so.
It's funny and it's boozy.
Let's get Lori's her book choices again.
So that was The Zombie for Joe. I'm still enjoying it. I think you'd like this. And it's not crazy ass. And look, they're drinking on the Valentine. Matter of fact. Again, you have your choice. Starting World Bartender Guide. Over 2,000 formulas. Whoopee.
And that one starts on page what?
I'd have to tell you, but let's actually not confuse people. The Diners Club Drink Book, a classic of its own right. The Esquire drink book with a whole cocktail on the cover with it does have the correct red pimento.
I was going to say, that's a martini.
Black olive. That would be martini.
And then the Playboy.
And the Playboy Guide is...
Which starts on,
somewhere. It's over there.
I think the drinks start on like page 78 or something.
So tell us the guide, we'll tell you the numbers, and we'll go from there in the Playboy. So, which guide will it be? Which book will you choose? So, let's see. I'm tasting
Esquire 151.
151.
Oh, good choice. All right.
Good choice indeed. The Esquire drink book from 1956.
You got it?
Okay.
You're still enjoying your...
I'm still enjoying mine. Let's see what's happening on page 151. Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, wait, that's 153.
Yep.
Okay. Oh.
Cartoons.
It's cartoons on
they're
page
fun.
151.
It's a picture of all those uninvited guests.
The uninvited. Oh, boy. All right, so you could do... Dang, there's a lot of talking in this book.
A lot of yakking in this book, as it turns out.
We might have to try a few times in this book because...
Well, that's where that got to.
Oh, wait. It says drinks A to Z. So maybe start with page 194.
And we'll go from there.
Oh, no, that's Applejack. Okay, hold on. No, I'm not.
No.
No.
Diggity.
No, seriously. The drinks start on page...
193.
194.
194. Starting there.
Okay,
and what is...
Oh, 190. No, 194.
What is the drop dead on the drinks? How far can she go?
194 to...
Up to...
Actually, a very small portion of this book is... drinks.
A lot of yakking about
Okay.
lifestyle, much like Playboy.
$194 to $286.
So what do we got?
There's a chapter called Learn Your Aftermath. Paul might be learning his aftermath.
Mm-hmm.
The zombie. Oh, 236.
236.
Okay.
236 indeed.
236.
And these pages, this looks like all cocktails, so I don't think we're going to
Oh,
get
I'm scared.
Oh.
Oh, okay. These are hot punches.
Oh.
Hot rye.
Hot rye. We need a little hot water. Are you
Okay.
interested in that? I can get the hot water.
Hey, you know what? It's cocktail roulette. Oh, wait, there's also, okay, hot spiced rum. I'm kind of interested in the hot rye, though.
Hot rye.
All right. It's cocktail roulette. It doesn't matter whether or not I'm interested. It's roulette. Okay, we need, it says a small tumbler. In a small tumbler, dissolve 1 lump. Oh, we need a sugar cube, too.
Yep.
1 lump sugar in a very little hot water. Add 1 small piece cinnamon and a cinnamon stick. Twisted lemon peel, got that. And 2 jiggers rye. Woohoo!
Oh.
Okay. I think maybe a mug.
I think a mug.
Serve hot water in a pitcher on the side to be added as desired. I don't know that we'll be needing that, but
Dilution as you go along.
I think this will be good. How could it really go wrong?
I just need to find the sugar.
Which is famous last words. Yes, you're in the right area. Look in the back.
Yeah. You're right about that.
Okay, hot rye.
I know where
He's heating up some water right now. We're getting all of the tests this evening. The hot drink, the champagne drink, the zombie drink. Okay, so this would be 2 jiggers would be 3 ounces rye. We've got a good rye. We have got Rough Rider Bull Moose Rye. And this is local to, where is this? Do you remember what? I can't even read that. It's this light text on this light label. I'll let Paul read it. He's got glasses. But yeah, we got this at our local cider mill. It has a speakeasy, which is super fun. If you live around here, you should be going to the speakeasy at Soon's. That's they make cocktails and they sell fancy bottles of booze. It's a good time. Pitcher of hot water. Hi, Wayne. Good to see you. Yeah, Soon's Orchard has, what do they call the speakeasy?
I thought it was called the Speakeasy.
It's a speakeasy, but it's like Orchard Hill Cider Mill. That's what they call it. The speakeasy at Orchard Hill Cider Mill. Where's this from? I can't read the label.
Rough Rider. Long Island Spirits Distillery, Baiting Hollow, New York.
Baking Hollow.
Baiting, as in like
Baiting?
as in fishing. Baiting Hollow. What the hell is Baiting Hollow?
As in fishing.
Seriously.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, this is like literally light brown on brown. No, that's really hard to read. Hint of spice, touch of sweetness, long smooth finish, blends all flavors, adds berry aroma. Blah blah blah.
Okay, so if you would
A lot
hold
of
this,
rye in there.
if you wouldn't
Okay.
mind holding this.
I would not mind at all.
Thank you.
Nope.
Okay, so we need to start with the sugar, right?
Mm-hmm. So
Lump of sugar. They call it a lump.
Small tumbler, 1 lump sugar in a very little hot water. Now I happen to have a lot of hot water.
Right. I will trade you. Well, I will use a very little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Little. Now you're supposed to dissolve it, right?
Yeah.
Because I could muddle it.
I would muddle. It's not going to dissolve on its
No.
own.
Okay, that's plenty. All right, grab the muddler.
You don't happen to have cinnamon, do you?
No, I said bring cinnamon.
Sorry. I was busy finding sugar.
All right, it's dissolved. Do you have a dump bucket.
Yep.
Trade you.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay. So, cinnamon. It's in.
A twisted lemon peel.
Got it.
And 2 jiggers of rye.
Got it.
So this is sort of another old-fashioned.
Yep.
But hot.
Well, it won't be too hot because I didn't use that much water. They say to keep the pitcher of hot water handy, but...
It is.
I might not want the hot water.
Mm.
I might just want it as is.
A hot toddy kind of thing.
I might just want a lukewarm toddy.
So we're apparently a good dinner show. Oh, awesome. I'm glad we could do it.
Hi, Mike.
And some people actually watch us on the big screen. Yipes. That's a lot of detail.
I know.
But yeah.
It's a lot of detail.
And thank you. I'm enjoying this set for quite a number of years myself. So, gotta say.
Okay, so thank you. All right, I'm gonna stir it.
I would stir. But definitely. So this is one hell of a lot of bourbon, a very little water, and some sugar. And the peel. I would say, for my money, this could absolutely withstand some bitters.
All right, let's give it a try. Yummy.
This also sounds like your basic cold medicine. Wow, I'm so stuffed up, I feel horrible.
You could add a little
Have
bit.
one of these.
It's not that hot now because I didn't add more hot water. Oh, they say that you can do that, but
yeah,
I don't know. I like it.
If you're stuffed up and feeling miserable, I think one of these, you'll feel sleepy. And you'll go,
Yeah, I don't
go on
think
for the
it's
evening.
butter for a toddy, right? Just
No,
the hot buttered rum.
just hot buttered rum.
Yeah.
I've seen that in a few places, but yeah, hot buttered really says what it does. And that's actually a good idea.
Well, I feel like since this isn't hot anymore, we could put it in
Would you like a little more hot water?
something a little more... No, I was going to say you could put it in something a little more chic. But
You could put it in a tumbler if you like. Although if you were to use a glass, obviously you want a spoon in there or something metal.
it's not hot
So
anymore.
that things don't crack. Yeah, that cooled down awfully quickly, didn't it?
I didn't use that much hot water.
Yeah, and it will have a lot of the rye. Wow, and that rye actually is, what, about 90 proof? So that's got some kick.
No wonder I like it.
No wonder I like it. No wonder I like it after all. I mean, I'm thinking I would get more of a kick out of that than out of this business. Because this is only like a shot of 80 proof stuff. And then like a few teaspoons here and there.
Kick from champagne.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this is good. But now I'm self-conscious because it's in a mug. I said to bring a mug.
You did. Easy enough to decant into a different kind of glass. And oh, is there a more perfect glass for a gaming show? For the cocktail roulette.
All right. This feels a little more cocktail-y.
A little more chic and, you know, a little more of an old-fashioned type of a glass, as it turns out. That's about a single old-fashioned size.
I think this would be great for cold weather, Mike.
Yeah, oh, please.
I'll even give it a little more hot water.
Want to dial back
just a dash.
This map to about, say, January, February, where we were just getting slammed with snow and sleet and ickness. Oh, yeah.
Ickness.
That'll do it.
We're in the ickness belt.
Yes.
So, if there's any icky weather to be had, we get it here in the ickness belt.
We get it.
Oh, thanks, Abra.
Yeah. Oh, these are fun. I really have to assume this was part of a set.
I know. I think we found it at a thrift store, but
single glass. The rest of them broke, I guess.
We need three more, right?
You know, I got to think there were like 4 or 8 of those. Maybe there were the playing suits, and maybe there were like face cards and things. But I bet that was like 8 that looked exactly like this with a picture. And this was designed to be, you just have your bottle of rye, and your bottle of bourbon, and maybe a bottle of brandy, and a couple of mixers, and like, fix yourself a drink. That's what it was. That's your basic. A few things today have been like that. It's an old-fashioned. There's not much else to it. The zombie, I was intrigued because I thought it's a little
be great in an
unorthodox, but it's really not a bad drink. Ting!
Okay, catching up. From Boston, not missing the cold.
Not missing the cold,
right?
Yeah, you know, when you got about a foot worth of snow on the ground there, and it's just kind of kicking around the city, and it's starting to get all gray, And it's getting really horrible, you know. Dogs don't have any place to go, and the streets are starting to look really, really bad, you know. What are you going to do? Stay at home and just have yourself a little bit of rye. Glass.
He's from Rhode Island, so...
You can put the accent on it.
He can say that.
We can be
get
convincing.
away with it.
Where I cut my teeth, we actually didn't get that much snow. But we did get bitter cold. That did happen. And you certainly got like a breeze coming in off the bay. But definitely. So I'm still enjoying this, which seems like it should taste a lot like that. But I think there's actually less pound for pound going on in here than in there. Although
this has rye and that has rum.
This has rum.
There's no reason they would taste anywhere near each other.
Well, I'm thinking about strength. Strength of like how much I'm using versus the fact you got 2 shots of 90 proof rye in there. And you're thinking, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of what was occurring to me.
I am for sure not missing the cold here because it's actually finally warming up.
We've had some days that have really punched high. The other day, I think exterior temperature hit like 79. And in the Florida room...
Oh, no, I think it got up to like 82.
Like 82?
Yeah.
Florida room, of course, just
okay
holds heat. I grabbed the thermometer and I was taking the laser thermometer. I was checking it out. And like floor temperature was something like 79 degrees. And the ceiling temperature was about 98. It was pretty warm in there.
The Florida room, a.k.a. the Velveteen room.
Velveteen.
Yes.
Which we have shot an episode in there already this year, and we may do it again. It kind of depends.
You mean a live? We've done several.
Yeah, true. We've had one of these.
Another one coming tomorrow. Another tiki episode.
Tropicals themed, for those people who like tropicals. I like a good tropical when it's well made.
Another classic tropical drink, and... food. The food is delicious. I'm not going to give away what it is. It's delicious. It's not a quick process. It's not a last minute meal, but delicious.
You will need some
Hi,
prep.
Barbara. Thank you for joining us.
Hey,
Yay.
super.
Oh, Abra, thank you.
Yep.
That's so sweet.
Please, the food may involve crustaceans, but that's as far as I'll go. It could happen. And yeah, you want to actually start making that a little in advance of things. And the results are worth it. And there's probably a few different ways to do it in case you don't actually use those techniques. But we show you how to do it. You actually put it all together.
It's another uses every dish in the house recipe.
And certainly like the whole...
We seem to specialize in
prep process and what you have to do with it. You ended up like... You just needed that dishwasher end of the day. Seriously. So...
I believe we ran the dishwasher twice that day.
We did. Did it in the morning because it was full, and by the evening, it was full again. Big fun. As far as tropicals go, this is actually a decent
You know what? The longer this sits, the more it is just turning into cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Can you try it?
Well, really? Yeah.
It's getting very cinnamony.
First of all, I should tell on the nose. Oh, yeah. That's coming right out of there. Well, you've got some fairly high-proof liquor there leaching that flavor out.
Yeah.
And it will do that.
Leach that flavor.
Yeah. It's kind of turning into a fireball. Although I think the base...
Fireball.
I think the base spirit is...
Did you say firewall?
Ball.
They said firewall.
One of the noted cinnamon whiskeys, which I think is actually lower proof and sweetened, interestingly enough. They sell it in our supermarket.
They do.
Yeah, curiously enough. Because we don't get liquor in supermarkets here.
Nope.
All of you folks out in Nevada and California, that kind of thing, New Mexico, yeah, you've got that. But here in New York, no, you got to go to the liquor store.
Except Fireball.
Except Fireball, yeah, for some reason. But the base spirit here
and low-proof wine
is a very different quality than you'd get in Fireball, just noting that. So, you could add apple juice to this and make an apple knocker or whatever they call it.
That'd be good.
Yeah. I don't think we have any.
Apple juice?
Yeah.
We have cider.
We have cider. But... Yeah, cider. Actually, a hard cider would work really well in there. Bubbles? That would work really well in there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm like reaching and
finding.
not finding.
And not finding.
All right, let's find out.
Good about. We actually get great hard cider locally from the same place that has the Speakeasy.
Yes. We're spoiled for... Okay, I'm just going to eat just a topper.
Just a splash?
2 toppers. 2 toppers.
Mm-hmm.
We're spoiled for distilleries around here. And cideries.
Distilleries, cideries, wineries.
Breweries.
We make beer around here too, but definitely.
Crustaceans, it calls your favorite.
You don't say.
I was just at Martin today and I didn't buy
didn't buy your favorite
Glendora's wine. She might be a little upset.
Myth next time she stops by.
Yeah.
Oh, I stopped by, they don't have my wine. I say they haven't gotten the message by now. Oh, and yes.
That's good.
When you're,
oh, that's really good. Try that.
Well, I'm going to give it a try. And Michael is absolutely correct. When you're in Boston there, you got to get, you look at the packy. Got to get the packy there for your liquor and your beer.
I had never heard of that concept until I started dating this one.
Oh,
and then you would go to Rhode Island. And in Rhode Island, you can't buy beer even at the supermarket. No. Like, at least here in New York, we can buy beer and cider at the supermarket.
Beer, cider, and low alcohol wine.
Nope, not in Rhode Island.
No.
You have to go to the packy.
Everything's in the packy.
Yep.
However, that does mean that some of those package stores really specialize and are very well stocked. Mike. So, hey, yep. So you can get some really good deals. I remember the one in my mother's town was actually a really good store, and they had a lot of great deals on beer and wine. So it was worthwhile to stop by and check things out.
That was the one in your town, right?
Colonial Liquor Mart.
Colonial Liquor Mart.
With a sign straight out of 1971. It's just still there in like the same place that they were next to what used to be the Navy base, as it turns out. Yeah.
Frankie Chillable.
I gotta tell
that's hilarious.
Well, the original Frankie is on ice. That is.
Exactly.
So to speak.
Oh, Chillable Red. I like the Frankie, though. Frankie Chillable Red. That's hilarious.
Oh, she was autocorrected, Francie. Chillable.
I know, but I know you were autocorrected, but the Frankie kind of corrected me.
It is kind of hilarious how that turned out. So
I think it's about time for another round of a cocktail roulette. What do you think?
I am like completely out over here. So
all right.
That means that we got to move on. This was not quite the zombie you'd get at one of the contemporary places that is doing
I'm sure
a
you're
beach
feeling
zombie.
No pain though.
It's I'm not driving anywhere. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I'm in for the evening. We're done. However, we're still going. So and people still want to. Play the game.
Roulette, everyone.
Once again, the rules, how to play. If you have been watching so far, you understand very well. We have a roulette wheel with numbers from 0 to 36. Choose a number
including double zero.
Including double zero. So you got 0, double zero, all the way up to 36, and not beyond. The way we play is Price is Right rules. So listen to, is it Monty or Bob? Who's on Price is Right?
Monty Hall.
Monty Hall. Listen to Monty. Closest without going over, and you may win.
Or is it Bob Barker?
Is it Bob? Can somebody tell me? It's late.
I don't remember.
I worked all day. I don't know anymore.
I don't remember. One of those guys.
So anyway, let's get some numbers going on, and I'm going to fondle this wheel in the meantime. La 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 la. We can find yet another cocktail. We still have 4 big books. Satellite is right there.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the party started.
Let me check this out. What's happening over here? Bang! Elizabeth is happening.
All right. Okay.
Elizabeth is starting this round over here, and that is not happening there. So, all right, here come the numbers.
All right.
Get your numbers in. Round and round the wheel goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. That's a really idiotic rhyme. I know.
Okay, Bob Barker. Okay, thank you,
Thank
Joe.
you.
All right.
Thank you. Oh, Drew Carey has been doing it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. There we go. An actual croupier would not be saying these things.
I feel like I would be really good at Price is Right. But...
you might be quite good, yeah. I think you might actually nail that shot.
All right. You gotta start that.
Here we go.
What are you waiting for?
There we go. Dropping it in.
Invitation.
Here we go, folks. Okay. Get your final numbers in. This is it, and we're going to call it. I'm just checking all of the platforms because we're at 3 different places tonight. Sheesh.
I don't know why we're on my...
I can't even explain. But it's a good thing we're not doing Instagram, too, because then I'd be wrangling a lot of stuff.
You can't. I would so do Instagram simultaneously, but
why not,
you can't do Instagram on this. So.
Fooey. Fooey. Anyway, so go to it for this, go to it for there.
Creator problems.
That's it. Rusty has called it. Our number.
No.
Oh, wait.
You got to go up.
No, I'm checking for the final numbers. I don't want to miss anybody.
Oh, no.
That's it. Final numbers,
David's the final number.
Final numbers, David, over here. And over here, Elizabeth has the final number over on the YouTubes. And I'm checking out the final bits. Okay, folks. Our number is
15.
15. Wasn't it 14 last time?
It was.
This thing's rigged. Anyway.
15.
15.
So we've got, all right, go back.
Going backwards. 10.
We said 17.
Start out with satellite. Okay.
Okay.
I
think it's David.
I think it's David. I'm checking here to make sure that we didn't missing anything. And David, you've nailed it shut. Choose your book. Again, your big four. We have World Bartender. Very reputable guide. A really huge amount of stuff, including recipes for like making ginger beer.
It's reputable. I like the way that's the best thing you can say about that. It's reputable.
It's an adequate guide, 2,000 recipes.
It's not
Diners Club Drink Book. It's a fun one. The Playboy Bar Guide. This is the one from, I think, the early 90s, but the recipes go all the way back to when they first started. And we still have the Esquire. Which, of course...
Esquire starts on, like...
page 1 million,
Yeah.
We'll let you know. Choose a guide, and then we'll tell you where your range of numbers is, so that we can go. So we don't have you, like, landing on a cartoon. Cartoons are very...
Well, you might still land on a cartoon.
You might still land on a cartoon. They're very entertaining, but it's not going to get you loaded. So we got to make this happen here, folks.
Might still land on a cartoon.
Choose your book. Choose your book. Choose your book. Got to have that book.
The suspense.
It's killing us. Playboy Guide, page 142. Bang.
Okay.
After... You've got the same book.
Oh, okay.
After Dinner Mint. Grabbing the Playboy. All right, so...
142. I'm so curious.
It's awesome if you happen to have...
It'll be mint.
It's awesome if you happen to have this exact bar guide and can take a look.
It'll be minty.
And choose your
there
drink.
It is. There it
That's
is.
really that's like having the home game, so you can play at home. Awesome. After Dinner Mint.
Let me write it down.
We happen to have all of these things. Good.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, I happen to have a built-in, as do you, bookmark.
Mint.
Bang. We need Irish whiskey.
Well, we have
way
that.
To go.
All right.
Happen to have that.
Wait. Sorry, Canva just...
And it says Kahlua?
Hold on.
I think it does.
I'm sorry. Dinner mint.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what's our recipe? Did you mark it?
Take a look at the bookmark right there.
Got it. All right. So, this calls for 2 ounces Irish whiskey. Woo!
Hello.
Half ounce Kahlua. The Kahlua is over there.
Kalua's in front of you.
Oh, you brought it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is. Oh my God, look how dusty that is.
Woohoo! Shock.
It's so humiliating.
Shock the move. Shock the move.
1 splash peppermint schnapps.
Happen to have that too. We have a bottle of...
Pour whiskey and
the
Kahlua
Wonderment over here.
over ice into cocktail glass. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's really embarrassing. Okay.
Guess we haven't used
Pour
this in a
whiskey and Kahlua over ice into cocktail glass. Add a splash peppermint schnapps.
Well, you can't pour it over ice into a cocktail glass.
Well, that's what I'm just telling you what it says.
I'm going to shake it.
I'm just telling you what it says.
I'm just going to shake it.
I'm just going to shake it.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to shake the thing. So 2 ounces of the Irish. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Getting a little crowded over here. Gonna move Shock. This is actually not a tiki and it's not a totem. This is Shock Mule, which is highly appropriate considering the Mexican origins of the liqueur.
Okay, so what are you using for your peppermint?
Wonderment. Because we have it. And I do not use it often. I'm not ordinarily fond of mint liqueur, but it works very well in some things.
This one is a classy one. So.
Classy one. 2 ounces of the base. Half ounce of the Kahlua.
So are you shaking the mint also?
What does it say to do with the mint?
I think you were supposed to add the mint later. I'm not sure why, but...
I'm not sure why either.
Okay, so it says, pour whiskey and Kahlua. Well, this is a pour, that's why. Add splash. So, like, you're supposed to... I'll just do them together.
I'm going to shake and strain. That's what I'm going to do. Because that's what makes sense to me. This one is also dusty, because we do not use very much mint liqueur. And it's probably completely seized up, which it is. And it's a splash, eh?
A splash.
Okay, I'm going to splash in here in case this really sloshes.
We recently got our house appraised. We're not moving. We're not moving. That's not why we got our house appraised. But we recently got our house appraised. So I did a lot of dusting, but clearly I missed the bottles.
You were concentrating on higher level things at the time.
We're not moving.
We're not. We're put here for a while, and we're actually making a number of improvements around.
It's just every time you say you got your house appraised, so people are like, "Are you moving?" It's like, "No, no."
Oh my God!
Not moving. Not moving.
Interesting.
By the way, that is a really stressful process.
If you've ever done it, you know.
Getting your house appraised is no joke. Oh, Lori, I love when the light behind you suddenly matches your dress.
Yep, just like that. Cocktail glass.
I'm obsessed with color-changing lights.
This guy should be perfectly well-sized. And as a matter of fact, I cleaned these recently, so I know that.
Dude, I'm curious, too. This could go... You know, I think this... Well, I'm not positive about the coffee and mint. I like coffee, and I like mint, so we'll see. I love Kahlua.
Give this a try.
I like. It's like, let's get Mikey. I'm Mikey.
She, as it turns out, is Michael. My name is Michael.
That's good.
I've got a Michael. So let's see.
That's good. I like that. Yeah.
That?
Okay.
So here we go.
All right.
Well, you've got a really nice.
It's a winner.
Base
it's a winner, David.
liquor. And the Irish. As it turns out, what we had for Irish is the
Jameson.
Jameson IPA edition. It's a whiskey finished in draft beer barrels. How about that? Big fun. So there's a lot of flavor notes going on there to begin with. And it's a really nice Irish whiskey.
Speaking of whiskey, we bought this new bottle today and we have not had a tasting.
Yeah, actually the coffee flavor
I like it.
Supports this.
Yeah.
And the mint is enough to taste the mint.
I would say if you were going to do this, use a high quality mint liqueur.
Not the green stuff from the bottom shelf.
I think that would probably tank this quicker than
if
you dropped a
quicker
10-ton anvil on it.
Patton's Ninth Army going through Germany. That would be bad. This was, I was reading some history recently. This is actually quite balanced. It's got some very nice liquors
and
in
Wonder Mint is nice.
Some nice flavors.
Wonder Mint comes to us from Colorado.
So, it is...
Death's Door.
It's a very nice mint
Death's
flavor.
Door. Yes, Death's Door. In Colorado. Right? They're in Colorado. No. Wisconsin? Where are they?
What's it?
I think the person I was talking to from Death's Door is from Colorado, but I think they're from Wisconsin.
Middleton, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Oh,
yes.
From Middleton to Middletown. Hello.
Yes. All right, they're in Wisconsin. Yep. Their rep at the time was in Colorado.
And apparently they decided to make a mint liquor because it's a popular product locally. Mm-hmm. So they decided to make a very high-quality mint liquor. And this has peppermint, almond, rosewater, wormwood.
But use a nice one like that and not the...
A lot of flavor notes going on.
Not the green plonk on the bottom shelf of your liquor store. Just...
I recommend finding the bottom shelf of liqueurs and going a shelf...
And then avoiding it.
Going a shelf above. Ignore everything on that shelf. Because the ones that are there are not high quality. So.
David, I think if you stick with high quality ingredients, it can be good.
Yeah.
I think if you use celery bitters in the mint for tinsel, yes, Maurice, yes, yeah. I do not at all recommend celery bitters with this.
I recommend celery bitters in very few things. I have used them successfully in a couple of drinks where they work just fine. Frankly, they work pretty well in a martini. Because you've got a very cold glass of gin, you're adding a flavor note. And the celery is kind of a nice flavor for that.
Peter, the Wonder Mint would be delicious in a creme de menthe. It really would.
Yeah, it would. I think it would work just fine in a grasshopper, as a matter of fact.
Oh, it would be great in a grasshopper.
It wouldn't be that green, so you'd have to add some color.
Yeah, if you use a high quality...
high quality chocolate liqueur. I'm maybe looking at the Trader Vic's chocolate.
Yeah, if you used a high quality chocolate, a high quality mint.
Yeah.
You know, and if you used low quality, it would be good, but you'd probably get a headache.
These things happen.
You know.
Some of us, when we were young, decided to experiment with father and mother's liquor cabinet, and the easiest thing to grab that you might have found palatable might have been mint flavored.
My parents didn't have a liquor cabinet.
And perhaps you had some and then decided that you never wanted to try that ever again. So that's unfortunate, because it's a real shame to have to rule out an entire category. However, this is actually a high quality liquor, and it makes it a very reasonable drink.
My parents didn't have a liquor cabinet. I had to resort to a friendly local bartender who would slip me a little bit of hooch here and there.
Yeah, that could happen. That could happen. I didn't.
This was back in the day. You can't do that now. You can't do that now, but you could do it back then.
Today there would be implications. At the time, it was, oh, what the heck.
Nobody bothered me. It was all very innocent,
True.
Except for slipping liquor to minors.
Yeah, well, today people slip liquor with other things in it, and that is really That's really where you run off the rails.
Nope.
We're just talking.
Not here for that.
This is all booze, and this is in fact all booze. So it's really as strong as a martini. So you want to treat it as such. That's the thing. It's a little sweet, so you think, oh, down the hatch, but take it easy.
I feel like we've got the bubbles open.
Yes.
So maybe we should play a special lightning round of what are we doing? Cocktail roulette.
What are we doing? What are we playing again?
Oh yeah, cocktail roulette. Where we just choose like the pages, the champagne pages in a book.
Okay. We could do that. And then how do we actually have our contestants?
Well, they could still do it the same way. Whoever comes the closest can choose
the number on the page?
We'll say the numbers of the pages.
Okay.
How's that?
We'll say that.
And then, and if two of you win, well, gosh darn it, we just have to make two.
Looks like we have a...
Hi, Luann.
Hey, so good to see you.
Oh, Jamie, did you get your Wi-Fi back?
Yeah. Glad to hear if you did. Oh my! So an early
Jamie.
devotee of the minty stuff.
Yeah, I don't think we have the worst story about not involving us.
No,
not involving us, but the worst story of being on the train.
Oh my!
And some partying children. Some
young woman had been having what were probably described to her as tropical drinks, and she'd had a lot of them.
Oh, I just got a chill on my spine just thinking about it.
And I was able to see what she was drinking, and I don't have to tell you why.
Hi, Andrew.
And
good to see you.
That's really unfortunate. And I remember the conductor actually going by and saying, "Wow, like green, yeah, not good. Really, really not good."
Oh, jeez.
Bad news.
No,
it's that kind of stuff. A well-balanced tropical is not designed to just lay you flat, even if it's a zombie. And you're supposed to really have like one of those.
Yes.
Period. It's designed to be a well-balanced sour with a lot of flavor notes. We really endeavor to do that around here. And when we take a look particularly with cocktail roulette, and you take a look at a recipe that's like booze and like nothing else, or booze and 5 sugary things, you're like, where the hell's the balance? Where's the sour? Where's the bitter? This is going to be terrible. If we make it as is, it is terrible. So we have to balance it out, and then suddenly it's a better thing.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
So,
anyway, okay, who's ready for a lightning round? Well, let's finish this.
Let's finish that first, shall we? So that was 2 shots worth of the rye. So, I'm glad that you nursed that along.
I feel like we need to open this bourbon and try it.
We could save it for next time too.
But then we're not opening it until next week, and I'm not okay with that. We might want bourbon in the next week.
This is true. I reckon we got to actually try it.
Okay, we're just gonna have a little sip.
Let's have
it because we haven't tried it.
I've tried it. This is it. I love this. Straight out of the box. Unboxing things up on YouTube. Yes. That's a very popular thing. Hey, we can cop that action. Taconic Distillery, straight bourbon whiskey. I think there's a definition of that term.
It was like,
I forget what it is.
Banking Springs.
I'll tell you in a second. 90 proof. This is 750
ml.
This is made in Stanfordville, New York. Taconic.
Some town I never heard of.
Yep,
oh no, it was the other. There was the rye. I'd never heard of the town.
Fresh spring water from Rolling Hills Farm in historic Hudson Valley, New York. We're in the Hudson Valley, so this is our local.
Hudson Valley is very large, apparently, because I'm...
Well, you know, the Hudson goes all the way.
Right.
It rides from Chicago to LA.
It only feels that
More
way.
than 3,000 miles.
When you're trying to drive in the
way.
rain. Okay.
So.
All right. So this is
This feels like an actual cork. It's one of those
I
hard
don't
to
want
open.
to see it knocked over.
Actually, it's plastic. Very good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay.
So here we go
Just
with
a little, just a, thank you.
flavor.
Okay.
Just the flavor.
Hi, Amy.
Well, hello.
That's okay. You're here in time
You're
for
here
a
for the
bourbon tasting.
Yeah, you would appreciate a bourbon tasting, I think. And this is
from
Taconic Distilling.
Taconic Distillery
Taconic Distillery.
in New York.
In blah, 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 New York. It's actually in Stanfordville, New York. They have a nice picture of what looks like a hunting dog on the label. So, that kind of stuff.
It's delicious.
Nice nose. 90 proof. It's going to have a little bit of a kick.
It's delicious. I'm here for it. And since we did the tasting, we can drink it throughout the week.
Yes, we can. And I'm going to do what I frequently do with a 90 proof.
I know. That's like a ninja
liquor.
move, but I just sucked mine down.
And add a little water that dilutes it down to more like 80 proof, which is a little more drinkable as these things go. Anything above about 86, and you're just talking fire.
It's really good. Taconic Distillery.
Ooh, that's smooth. It literally just.
I have seen their stuff in our
Little bit of
local
water.
liquor stores
Yep.
for a while and hadn't bought anything, so I'm glad I did.
Always good to check the labels, see who your locals are. These days, you have a local.
Yes.
Your local
Probably do.
is making vodka, is making gin, because those are the two quickest things they can make. Is going to start making bourbon and rye, because those are very popular things. Those take a little longer to age, about 6 months anyway.
Champagne Pages.
And then they start making more esoteric things like Applejack. And we've actually got some good local Applejack. Hello.
Wow. It is really hot in here.
It's still warm. And I cracked the door too. So that was Taconic Distillery. They did not sponsor this.
No,
we purchased
I
the
wish
bottle.
they had, but they did not.
Kind of wish they had too. They didn't do it.
Kind of wish they had. Right.
But
what were the Champagne Pages?
oh, take a look in the index and see if you can find champagne.
Well, that would indicate I could actually read this.
I can read.
All right, I'm going to find the C's for you.
Okay. The C's? We got C's?
No,
We
no
do
C's.
not have
I wish
C's
there were
candies.
C's.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Champagne cocktails are actually all over the place, but many of them are started on page
No,
96.
there's a collection. We're just going to give you a page range this time.
Yeah. Champagne cocktails start with page 96 and end with page 100.
Okay, 96. That's
4 pages.
5. No, oh, you said 100.
Yeah, 100.
4 pages.
4 pages. So I'm going to bookmark
For
this.
some reason, my
And
brain heard 101.
we are going to run these numbers again, and once one more time.
Run the numbers.
Gonna run the numbers.
All right.
If my lovely assistant,
Am I really the assistant? I feel like I'm carrying this.
you're actually the host. I'm the co-host. We're going to run this again. So start calling out your numbers. The closest without going over gets to choose the page between the page range we mentioned. We'll mention it again.
96 to 100.
Yep. But right now, you're not talking 96 to 100. You're talking 0 to 36 to name the roulette number.
Yes, so
here-
right now we're doing 00 to 36.
Yes, as it is. Well, actually, is 0 less than 00? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. 0, 00, all the way up to 36, and away we go! Start sending those numbers our way, folks, and we will let you know where things go.
Oh, okay.
Bang.
All right, good. We've got people chiming in.
I like it.
Where is
I
it?
like
Oh,
it.
okay,
I
there
like
it is. There it is.
I like
Okay.
it. So,
Wait, no, go. 20. Okay, Elizabeth says 22.
22 over here, and we're
All right,
checking over here.
let's
That's
see.
Moreland, and we're getting some numbers in. Oh, we got a 00 from satellite. Hey, I love that idea. That is
That's
just
cute.
marvelous. Now, where does this start?
Grand Marnier style liquors. Oh, liquors. We should do. I feel like when Campari America decides to sponsor us, we should do a Grand Marnier episode because they own Grand Marnier.
That is one of their brands. And honestly, out of all of the orange liqueurs out there, your Curaçao's, your triple six, all of your dry oranges, whatever.
Campari America, if you're listening, we're here for
and that includes some really reputable liqueurs. Marnier is definitely stands out. If you want sort of like, you know, within that category that has a lot of flavor notes, I think behind me we still have the dry Curaçao from Front. This was a very specialty product that was made, I think David Wondrich, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's named on here.
Oh.
Came up with this formula he found some ancient formula for an orange liqueur. He talked to Front and said, could you make a brandy-based orange that looks like this? And this is a very nice quality product that actually works in a very similar fashion. There are all sorts of orange liqueurs out there that don't have that number of flavor notes. If you put them head to head, you'd say, okay, this one has more going on, but are still excellent, excellent mixers. There's things like Grangala. There's things like...
That's an imitation, but...
An orange liqueur. There's things like Patron Citronge, which has a really nice orange flavor. That's great.
Which I bought today because I was positive we would run out of orange liqueur, and we have not.
We haven't used it at all.
We haven't opened it at all.
Whoops, but we will. But this thing, that's great in your Mai Tai. You know, yeah. If you think that, well, definitely. I have to use this or that, you can use all sorts of orange liqueur in your Mai Tai. But a nice quality is really good to have. And like any of these things, we're talking about like forget the bottom shelf. I say middle shelf and up. And really your Marniers are talking your top shelf orange liqueurs. So let's... So, I think that's it. We're slammed shut on numbers.
Okay, so this was, as we've been doing this evening.
Starting right.
Closest without going over.
Yep.
Our number is 21.
21.
So, let's look.
Sort of an appropriate thing for a cocktail show now, isn't it?
Okay, let's see. Oh, somebody 22.
Oh, my.
Lisa! I think, Lisa, you got it.
I think I'm going to check out the YouTube to make sure that we don't have one that goes over 22 again. 22.
I know. 22 was popular this round.
Dueling numbers. There's also a Twilight Zone episode with that name. As a matter of fact. Lisa?
So, Lisa, since we're doing the... Oh, there it is.
What's right here? There we go.
The bubbly...
We're working with the bubbles.
We're working with a tight playlist here.
So it's really, really tight. Your page range, again, is 96 to 100. So give us a page in there and we will find a drink. And as a matter of fact, if this happens to be Errol, hey, you work too. Maybe you can work in concert, you know? I know that you tend to be on the same page with these things. Well, we're on the same page and we're looking at these things.
96 to 100.
We'll have to choose based on what we have on hand. We don't have everything. It seems like we have everything we don't. There are so many things.
There's so many things we don't have.
99.
99.
99. We've already
99.
had... Hey, we've had 86 tonight. Now we got 99. Agent 99 gives 99. Us... What do you know? First up. Hilarious.
Oh, the French 75. Well, that's kind of a favorite.
It's a classic. It's great. The Cure is a classic and great.
Although that's kind of what Larice was saying earlier about adding the framboise to make your
cheap champagne
palatable.
If your champagne is cheap, it's probably not champagne.
Let's try to do something we haven't done. Is there anything we haven't done?
Let's see the crowd.
What's the goodnight kiss?
Oh, that is just a champagne cocktail with Campari.
Ooh.
Does that sound interesting to you? A cube of sugar. I happen to have a cube of sugar right here.
Who knew we would need the sugar cubes?
I need a Cuban sugar. We can't get Cuban sugar.
So we could use a flute.
A flute's going your way. Oh.
Lisa is the boss here. Amen. Amen, Errol.
Oh. She's the boss.
Hopefully I was supposed to put that in there.
Yes. Put sugar cube with 1 drop of bitters and flute. You're starting out with a really...
All right.
Basic,
it's like we're making a champagne
formula
cocktail.
for a champaign cocktail.
Okay.
Like a lot of things, this is a variation.
Dash of bitters.
Okay.
No pressure there. Dash. All right.
I would use 2. You really want to soak that cube.
It says 1.
I'm going off formula here.
You know what? Here, look, I did that.
Are you good?
Yes.
It needs to start dissolving.
It's dissolving.
Okay.
I gotta be true to the recipe.
Be true to your formula. Just like you are to your girl now.
Wait, we got to write down that we're doing this. What's this called?
This is called Goodnight Kiss.
Goodnight Kiss.
Goodnight Kiss.
I got to add it to the page.
This is so basic it probably has 12 names, but we're going to call this Goodnight Kiss because the Playboy Bar Guide says so.
Right.
And because Lisa chose the page among these pages. And there's actually a lot of good things on this page. Hey, good choice.
Right, this cube is soaked in bitters. It's been embittered. All right.
Okay.
Don't help me. He's like, okay.
Okay, fill with your champagne.
I won't even say. Wait, what about the Campari?
Fill with your champagne.
Okay.
That's what it says. You want to go by formula.
Filling with my champagne. Wow. Of course, since the sugar's in there,
it's going to fizz like
very
mad.
fizzy.
Yeah.
But that's good because it's been open for a while, right? So that cap is really working, Amy. Thank you.
Yes, the Kappa Bubbles is just great. It really keeps your fizz in. As a matter of fact, it's
fizz in.
Fizz in. It's very simple to use.
All right, I think that's plenty.
Okay, champagne and add a splash of Campari.
Okay, is that it?
That's all you got.
Wow. All right, who even knew?
Actual recipe calls for 4 ounces of champagne. That looks about right. Frankly, you can go a little more.
It's a champagne cocktail with a dash of Campari.
That's all it is.
All right.
Like, some of these cocktail recipes are a little basic. You know what I'm saying?
Your cocktail is basic. Okay.
I'm just saying, sometimes they look really complicated. They're not really.
Let's see. Well, I want to say that the sugar cube is caviting, but what's the word?
Well, the sugar cube has cavitation points, so it is forming bubbles. That is cavitation.
I know it's cavitation, but what do you call it when it's doing it? What's the word?
Cavitationing?
Engineers, I know you're here.
Yeah, seriously?
What's the word? I don't think caviting sounds right, but
no, it doesn't.
There's got to be a better word.
Especially since cavit is a popular mid-priced wine, so you could be caviting with a large glass of white.
It's really good.
Yep.
I love Campari.
Yep.
I love bubbles.
It's a really good idea.
It's really good.
It's a really good idea because you've got a cocktail which tends to be a little sweet because of the sugar, which dissolves, continues to dissolve, and makes it sweeter as you go, despite the bitters. But you added more bitters in the form of the Campari.
But like the rye thingy that we did earlier, the hot rye, where you could keep your hot water handy and keep adding it.
Keep filling.
You could keep adding bubbles to this to make it. You could
add it a few times, and it would dilute it slightly. Would not be a big deal.
Caviting. Oh wait, we'll go back. Caviting. Okay.
Cavitating.
Cavitating. Okay.
Cavitation
it's
and cavitating. Cavitating.
It continues to It continues.
Cavitate. Continues.
Continues.
To cavitate.
All right, now I'm going to do it again. Take 2.
Take 2.
It continues to cavitate.
Yeah, the bubbles cap is really, really easy. All you do
effervescent. Thank you.
Effervescence. You peel back the foil on here so you can get this bit of threads to lock on. And then you take your topper with the opposite threads and you just screw it down. And that actually forms a nice seal. This is a pretty heavy rubber cap and keeps the bubbles in.
Continues.
And you just toss that in your fridge. And since we don't have a fridge right here that would fit this, I'm going to put that in there to keep it cold. Good idea. That's a classic thing to do with your bubbles. I think I will utilize those bubbles in a few minutes to
You will avail yourself.
Grammar nerd! Cavitate.
Grammar nerd. Oh, Larice, you should meet my sister. You're kindred spirits.
Yeah. She being an editor, so we're talking grammar nerd versus I actually go to Robert's Rules for a lifeline.
Yes.
Yeah. Chicago Manual of Style, that kind of thing. But definitely. And bubbles are versatile in so many things that you don't necessarily think of in the first place. There's a couple of classics that people do with bubbles. Like what we did here, make a champagne cocktail. And that is so basic that you could have thought that up yourself. But then you add the Campari to get this little something else, and it's a different drink.
I just think like basic means something else now. So it's like,
I know.
Oh, your cocktail is so basic.
It sounds like a put down. It's not a put down.
Well, it kind of is now. But
a martini is basic, but it's like that combination works. It works perfectly fine, and people continue to drink them no matter what. I know they were out of fashion for a while, about 40 years ago, but everything comes around. Suddenly, I remember about 30 years ago, it was very hot stuff to go for martinis. And it was all about vodka martinis were the thing at the time.
Cavitation is when pockets of low pressure form and water flashes to steam, then collapse, causing erosion.
Well, that sugar cube.
Who says this show isn't educational?
This is like Mythbusters over here.
We should just be like in the school curriculums.
We're telling you like how not to make the cocktails and how to make the cocktails.
We should be in the school curricula. See how I did that? We should be in the curricula.
She knows her Latin. Well, come to think of it, that sugar cube is definitely eroding.
It is eroding.
Is definitely happening. Pockets of pressure. That's a very popular thing. And I'm also thinking about...
Cocktail science, baby.
What am I thinking of? Like different... when you add the chemicals together, and one of them causes a reaction, like chelation. And what's the other thing? I can't think of it. But yeah.
Science.
Oh,
taught English 101 for 6 years. You and my sister are just kindred spirits.
So when people are commenting on your episodes,
oh no,
and they start throwing in random apostrophes,
that drives me nuts, and I am not a grammar nerd. Oh,
do you say A, fans are fans, they'll do what they do, or do you say B, this is driving me absolutely insane? I tell you, science. I tell you.
Oh God.
And by the way, the guy in the video who's screaming science and also on the record, that was an actual science guy. You can look him up. He was like this English science nerd who did all these videos. He was apparently hilarious. That's why he was chosen.
Precipitation.
I
like the way you have our scientists.
Precipitation,
here.
cavitation. I still can't think of what it is. Catalyst. A catalyst causes a reaction. It's almost like... The bitters
that makes sense.
The bitters in the martini or in the Manhattan catalyzes the reaction and makes the cocktail happen.
Vegas bar science class with Velveteen. Yay! Elizabeth, I love it. Okay, I think that's what we might call our class that when we're added to curricula.
Vegas bar science class.
Curricula.
I need an accordion.
Joy is everywhere. Curricula.
I tell you, I need an accordion in order to play properly. Oh! Yeah, he did, didn't he? Sorry,
Lisa.
Not going back, Errol. Not going to talk about capacitors here. Oh yeah, seriously. What the hell
resort to alcohol.
And can anybody tell me what is the actual date when people decided to just randomly add apostrophes everywhere?
Oh,
I start to apostrophize every bloody plural.
Every word that ends with S does not need an apostrophe.
We were all taught in the same schools by the same books. A plural is an S, not an apostrophe. Yes, you fool. That's a possessive. Come on, seriously.
Fool.
It drives me like really. It probably drives me more insane than your sister, but I contain it. She's more verbal. She's like, all these people need to die. She's right.
Don't put words in her mouth.
True.
She's not here.
True, I shouldn't do that. Yeah. Maybe she is here. I don't know. She might be watching silently.
Probably not.
She's probably thinking that, though. I think these people...
She's probably doing something else.
They don't need to die, but people need to be slapped a little silly. Stop using apostrophes randomly. Come on.
Every word with an S at the end does not need an apostrophe.
Doesn't need it.
Yeah.
That's like inane. We are here to tell you how to mix these things properly so they are not imbalanced and horrible. And, we can speak the Queen's English.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of comma usage is all over the damn place. You start with, like, commas every fifth word because people think they belong. And I think, didn't your father used to edit works? And his opinion was, if you don't think it belongs there, take it out.
Amy, I do not know.
He was right.
I do not know.
Yeah, no need. No need for the apostrophe in the 80s. 80S. 80s.
I don't even. I'll just give that
Done
a
deal,
like,
fool.
Amy, because I don't know.
Yeah, seriously.
There's no shrug.
Done deal.
There's no shrug reaction.
Well. Ah! Doug's being a funny man.
Wow. There isn't a necessary apostrophe Facebook group opera.
Yeah, there should
Oh
be.
man,
There should be.
that's hilarious.
I actually participate in an online forum.
I'm glad you have time for that.
It's one forum.
I have
It's
time
not-
for the Velveteen Lounge
it's
Kitchen
not
VIP
forum.
room and nothing else. But
And this is a bunch of guys who tinker around with old radios. And some of them know the Queen's English, and some of them have no clue. And they just sound ignorant. And it's really distressing. Because I think I'm not going to pay too much attention to what you have to say, unfortunately, because you're not saying it well. But the people who do speak well, speak very well, and it's very clear what they're saying. So clearly there's a distinction right there.
oh, Joe, your. Oh,
All the
man.
All the time.
Errol gets bugged by that too, but then he's disturbed that we call W double U instead of double V. You know, I studied Shakespeare for 2 years, so I kind of get that.
Yeah, take that up.
I kind of get that.
You can take that up
Yeah,
with the
I get
Romans, who
that.
had no concept of what U was and what V was. Take a look at all those inscriptions on buildings with Olympian columns.
The only place for more than one apostrophe is in the forecastle. Yes.
Which actually, now that
The double negative. Oh,
yeah.
right. Yes.
that's
Double negative.
perfectly reasonable.
I knew this would turn into the grammar police, but
what the
I'm
hell?
here for
What the
it.
hell?
I'm
I'm good
here
with it.
for it. Yeah.
I'm sick of people spelling wrong. You know, the thing is that the double negative is perfectly acceptable in other languages. In Spanish, absolutely. In French, I didn't take French. I can't tell you. Is that the way it goes? Spanish is very consistent that way. Like if you start going negative, you just right down the line. In English, it's a logic thing. No, don't
I
use
don't
double
remember
negative.
in French. I did take French.
Yep, I don't remember. I did not. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six.
It was high school. I was just doing well, and I didn't say good enough. I was doing well enough.
Well enough. Adequate.
I was an adequate student.
It was. She was okay.
I started
Average.
applying myself later. I started applying myself in college.
Tell you. There and there. That's a big one there. Again, with the apostrophe.
Gosh.
I always say, look, just spell out the two
No
words.
is the winter of our discontent.
Yeah, no
My
is the
head
winter.
just blew up.
Whether 'tis nobler to contemplate the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or take this skull and bash somebody's brains in with it.
Oh, shouldn't
I really shouldn't have. Forecastle is a good one, I gotta tell you. Forecastle, mainsail, poop deck, bowling. A lot of nautical terms going on here, which is very appropriate considering the naval rum behind me over here.
That's true.
Yep.
And you did use it.
I used it. This is actually
employed it.
coming to us at 100 proof. Whoa. Yep.
No wonder you enjoyed it.
Traditional pot still. This has a lot of flavor going on. It's fun stuff. Dr. Bird is Jamaican rum that comes to us from St. Catherine, Jamaica. This is Corktown Distillery. Yeah,
Corktown?
Corktown, which is actually Detroit. So, produced in Jamaica, bottled in Detroit. That's not so unusual, historically. A lot of liquor came through Detroit at one point in time.
It's unusual to be bottled in Detroit. Anyway.
There was a period of time where that would have been a real negative, but these days Detroit is making product like mad.
I want to go to Detroit.
Because
It sounds like it's all going on in Detroit.
the city got hit so hard that at this point...
Oh,
they have nowhere
Abra.
to-
Oh, you have it. Oh. Abra, I can't wait to hear what you think.
Pop it,
Yeah.
sample it, start thinking about it. Remember that it's a slightly higher proof.
Nothing like that.
You can use less of it.
Pop it, sample, think.
Think. It's like the game of life or something, you know? Drive around, get a little peg in your car, pop it, sample. But it's fun stuff. I think it has a lot of flavor notes. You can use a little less of it because it's higher proof in your drink. I think it's a great float, and it's also, if you're using like a shot of sort of a less flavorful rum, and you want to add about a half ounce of this stuff, that really punches it up. So that's a fun thing to go with. There's a lot
Definitely.
of Don Beach drinks that are like 1.5 ounces of amber rum or a half ounce of white rum, and then suddenly you need something a lot more aromatic. That's a pretty good place to be. Oh yeah, it does.
Yes, Corktown does sound like a place in a pub.
I was listening to some ska recently. So
I know, like, I just keep hearing about so much happening in Detroit. I'm like, I'm all about going to Detroit.
you know, these days the city has been down so long that I think their murder rate is actually down as well, and other cities are probably much higher with such things. So it frankly is just sounds like a fun place to be. They're making product.
Wow.
There's this whole
That might be a
factory there that's making watches and turntables and bicycles and everything.
Summer is
Shinola.
coming.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be fully vaccinated.
Ow.
We already have one road trip in mind, but I'm thinking like Detroit could happen.
Detroit is driving.
We have a friend in Detroit who's a liquor expert, and
we have a number.
The wheels are turning in my brain. Like,
we have a number of friends in Detroit at this point in time who actually know the city well and what's happening, and there is a lot happening in the city.
And I had no idea. Like, I was down with staying home. Like, I'm good with all of it, but now that my vaccine will be clear, I'm like, road trip! I'm like, ready to go. Get me out of this place.
And we do.
So, yeah.
Big fun. We need that portable hotel room called the Airstream, and then we can just go and do.
No, I know.
Oh, Sally. Yeah, you know something? I will tell you the following about these bar guides that we've been using tonight. The Playboy is available in many forms. This is the version that was originally published. No, this is the version that was published, not original. In 19...
Yes, Amy, we're Moderna too.
This is from 2003.
We're not there until next week.
Yeah.
So, like, this coming weekend, I think this weekend might be rough because people are doing stuff and it's starting to open, but I'm like, no, we're not there. We're not there.
Not there yet. So
next week.
This is the 2003 edition. You can find editions from the 70s going way back. They're basically the same book. I kind of recommend finding this guide because it's a little thicker. There's more going on. It's got a built-in bookmark.
Yeah, thicker.
A little thicker. And it's kind of fun. I like the whole Playboy ethos because they really celebrated the whole living well lifestyle.
Yes.
And I'm talking about the booze ads and the cigarette ads, you know, not necessarily all the rest of the story, but that's part of the story too. But recommend it. A lot of good stuff. Thomas Mario edited this. Did a good job. Fun stuff going on.
Oh, Doug says teardrop trailer will tow behind the trunk. You know, I would love to think so. Like, I got on a website that was talking about what you can tow. And it was like, oh, can you tow a trailer with a Challenger? And someone's like, yeah, if you have no balls. I'm like, oh, I don't want to look like I have no balls. So, wait, was I supposed to say that on live video?
We may need a follow vehicle. Another recommended Diners Club drink book was probably popular in the day if you search your local antiques emporium.
I wonder if...
Or a really well-stocked thrift store. You may find this.
I wonder if, like, you got that if you had the Diners Club card.
Well, this was published by... Let's see if it's published by Diners Club.
Diners Club?
Regents America Publishing. Oh, Doubleday. It's a Doubleday book. It was a regular book. It was just on the shelf. This is copyright 61. Library of Congress number. Probably not that hard to find, particularly if you go to the online book purveyors. This has a lot of stuff in it. It's got some pretty good stories and things.
Julie, I think you're right.
Some good advice. It's a fun book. So the next one, which I could say, like, this is a little paperback. I really don't know the provenance of this one. This looks like something that was published originally in the 50s and then republished way later. I think this dates from 81.
I was going to say, that has a full-on 80s look.
Ton of drinks in it. And it's got a lot of things like persimmon beer. How to make persimmon booze. And you're like, what the hell? It's just crazy stuff like that.
Where do you get persimmons? At
the supermarket. In season. Larice could tell you. Yep. We got this for really
Amber
cheap.
just found a used copy of the Diners Club book on Amazon.
Boom,
Oh, there
boom.
you go.
I just love the idea of the Diners Club drink book. Like, they might know something about that. This has a ton of stuff.
I don't remember ever seeing
Intriguing.
Persimmons at
Probably
the
the
supermarket.
fourth one I'd recommend, but, you know, if you can find it cheap. And then, of course, there's Esquire. Esquire originally had a great dust jacket, which is long gone. But this has a lot of exposition.
Before we ever owned it.
A lot of exposition at the front of this that tells you about making drinks and entertainment. And then they finally get to the whole cocktail encyclopedia in the back here. I would say, like, this is worth seeking out because it's the Esquire drink book.
Biblio. Yeah, Biblio. Awesome.
Yeah, there you go. It used to be something called Ex Libris. I think that was absorbed into Amazon a long time ago, dating myself. But of all of these, I would say, like, find them cheaply if you can. I would not pay huge money on any of these. It's not that kind of thing. They're all kind of fun. And Esquire has a lot of editorial, which is entertaining read.
I think the most we've ever spent on a bar guide was $10. Not new.
That's about right.
I'm not saying new. I'm saying
used.
like in a used
capacity.
situation, I would say $10.
Yeah. Bar guides are interesting reading if you do this stuff.
Yes.
If you don't, you're going to just be baffled. But if you work with liquors...
What's wrong with those people?
What is your problem? If you work with liquors, you can find all sorts of interesting formulas.
Oh, the Playboy Book of Games. That's good. I think we have that. Yeah.
I think we do have that. Yes.
Yes.
As a matter of fact. I think that you should have the Playboy Bar Guide for Nicholas because he actually trades in such things. And you should have the Book of Games because, and I'm wearing this shirt because of Game Day.
You guys can do a Game Day. Like, if everyone's getting vaccinated, you can do that again.
Hey, bare minimum, I can actually go and play Election 1960 with Joe. Just saying.
Oh my gosh.
We can make it happen.
Game Day again. Yay.
Nixon wins. We'll see what it is. But he did twice. I'm just saying.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, well, given the choice between like one and the other, you might prefer. I'm just saying. You never know.
I'm not there. I'm not playing, but.
Yep. Esquire. Yeah, I would recommend Esquire. It's very readable. The one that I recommend frequently, because it's a lot of fun, has great cartoons, is Bar Guide, which has cartoons by Vip. That was from
Bar Guide.
True, the men's magazine. One of
Bar
our
Guide
correspondents,
rocks.
I think it was Andrew in Texas, found a copy of Bar Guide. Vip was Virgil Parch, who was actually related to Harry Parch, the composer. That's crazy. If John were watching, he'd be like, what?
Nick has the Playboy book. Okay.
Good stuff. But that's actually a lot of fun and very readable. It's also pretty brief. I also recommend the David Embry book. And he was not a mixologist. What was that? He was a lawyer in like Larchmont, New York.
We have it over there.
Yeah, we do. We have one of the editions of that.
What was it called?
I have to go look. But he decided that, like, he was a connoisseur of such things, and he mixed great martinis and blah, blah, blah.
No, it's a good book. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. I'll find the title for you in a moment.
Yeah, it's something incredibly prosaic, but...
It is.
Who doesn't have a bookshelf of vintage bar books and two of vintage bar books? Doug, you are right.
The Fine Art of Mixing Drinks, David Embry.
I'm writing it down.
He is very precise, and he will tell you how to do it. And if you don't do it his way, he'll say it's kind of junk. So he's a little condescending. However, what he recommends for formulas...
E-M-B-U-R-I.
Yes.
Right, okay.
What he recommends for formulas works. So frankly, I say, like, read it and take some things with a grain of salt, but he's probably spot on most of the time. He tells you things like...
He's just obnoxious about it. But...
Well, he tells you things like he knew the guy who invented the sidecar, and most sidecars are terrible because it's like equal parts. And he's right. A sidecar should not be equal parts. It should be mostly base liquor and then less of the rest.
Oh
That's a good cocktail. Boom. I like Vegas Bar Science class,
I like Vegas Bar Science class with the Velvetones.
The next Velveteen...
I feel like that should be like an undergrad requirement.
The next Velveteen episode will be from Frankie's in Las Vegas, where we'll be telling you about cocktail science.
That's right.
Science!
We need a vehicle we can drive around this country in and teach our
stay.
undergrad cocktail class. Which is terrible because if you're undergrad, you're not 21. But
it has to have a drive-up window so we can dispense like the alcoholic Dells to people. Yeah.
All right.
Tell you.
Okay, maybe it'll be a grad level class, and then you'll be 21.
You got to pass the core courses, and we'll go on to the rest of the bit. Just saying.
You can learn about cavitation.
Cavitation, precipitation.
What was the other one?
Chelation.
Chelation, yes.
And
science.
And I'm spacing it again. I actually mentioned this earlier. Catalysts. Catalyzation.
Catalyzation, cavitation, dehydration,
Jubilation.
minimization.
Yeah, all of these things.
All of the Asians.
All of the Asians. We've had a...
I know, I think it's probably time to...
We've actually had a large amount of really
Fly away,
good
butterfly.
drinks today. By chance.
Fly away, butterfly.
All of you music fans out there are thinking, oh, John Cage, we designed all of these drinks by chance. But it wasn't quite by chance. We chose some things during that, you know. But
Well, you chose the page.
You, the audience,
You chose
decide
the drink.
the outcome of this play. And we actually went from there and found...
Was that the mystery of Edwin Drood?
Yes. And we found interesting and intriguing things for you
Broadway
to try.
geekery.
Some people actually have these liqueurs on hand and would like to experiment with them.
And if you don't?
Bully for you. If you don't, I hope you can find them. You can probably find similar. If you have any questions about what we've done this evening, drop them on us. If you are currently a sponsor of this show,
Yes.
thank you very much. Because that
Our
helps
Patreon
keep this thing going.
patrons. Yes. Thank you so
We've actually had
much.
a
You
few-
help more than you know.
A few
so.
recent patrons have joined us. I'm very
Yes.
appreciative of that. All of the patrons get special deals during the month. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go to patreon.com.
Alphabetization. Yes, Amy.
Boom.
Oh my God. All right, I'm catching up.
Oh.
All right. Oh, thank you, Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
Sammy Davis Jr. album.
The Sammy...
Sammy is right there.
It was right there. Oh, Gotta Be
Yeah.
Me. That's actually a great album. I really like that song, and he probably does that best of all. He really makes that popular. Then again, there's that scene, and I believe it's Cannonball Run, where Burt Convy is parachuting out of an airplane on a motorcycle singing I Gotta Be Me. That's kind of classic, too. But Sammy, you know...
It's differently classic.
Of all of the Rat Pack, I think he was the guy who was just like all-around entertainer 101.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Wow, he could sell it.
He was a dancer.
He was so good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's great that he was part of the pack because they needed a dancer. You know, I'm telling you. That's the stuff. And if you'd like to patronize us, we enjoy the patronage. Patreon.com/Velveteen Lounge will get you there. If you are a patron, you will get all of these formulas tomorrow. If you're not, check on the Facebook. You'll find one of them. And if you have any questions about what we did tonight, just drop us a line. We'll find it for you.
Questions, suggestions,
Comments, friends, Romans, countrymen.
Grabbing my phone.
Yeah, it's about that time.
All right. It's always so awkward.
We have worked with some really great stuff tonight, including a completely new bourbon, which I want to put my hand on.
Taconic Distillery.
Oh, it's in there.
It's here.
Yes. Well, not sponsored. We bought this. It's a really good product. We're going to work with that.
Distillery.
And we'll have some fun with that.
It's delicious.
I recommend finding your local distillery and checking out their bourbon,
Not a lot of space
rye,
back there.
rum. Well, rum possibly, but usually vodka and gin. Always good idea there. If they have liqueurs, hey, we celebrate our local liqueurs. Some really good stuff coming out there. And thanks so much for joining us on game night. Because random actions sometimes produce great results.
We will be back tomorrow with a vintage recipes video. And Monday with Glendora. Glendora moved to Monday. It made sense. So she's on Monday now.
And she's kind of working that.
And we will be back next Thursday from New Hampshire.
Well, hello.
Road trip. I got to do my
road trip.
all woods. Road trip.
road trip time, and we'll be broadcasting from yet a different bar with a much vaster selection of rum and, in fact, gin.
Oh my gosh.
There's some really fun stuff happening up north, and we have great hosts who are very gracious to allow us.
So we will be in New Hampshire next week.
To broadcast from such location. And, of course, New Hampshire is the state of state liquor stores, which are actually well stocked and have good prices. So we're kind of happy to check that out. Some states have state liquor, and it's not that impressive. Gotta say.
New Hampshire has impressive state
New Hampshire
stores.
has impressive state
That's why I said we'll be able to buy some Jamaican rum cheap.
For a much better price.
Cheaper. It's like half the price that it is here.
It's literally half the price.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I would say we go through the line at the liquor store in New Hampshire and we spend an embarrassing amount of money, but everyone does. We get behind people in line and spend 3 times as much as we do, and I'm like, that's nothing.
They're just stocking up. Yeah. The prices are good, the prices are right, and they're supporting all sorts. Big brands, local brands. They have all sorts of Vermont liquors happening there.
Thank you, Aubrey. Yeah, we will be here
really
next week. But
really great.
We'll be here at 8 Thursday from my sister and brother-in-law's house. So
hello.
Yay for that. Yay for them allowing us to do that.
We're glad to actually broadcast to you from unusual locations when we can. Currently, the most unusual location is probably our backyard, but here we are at our logo. And, we'll try all sorts of things. We're glad to have sampled some fun things with you. And, hey, as always, we will see you soon.
Good night.